What it is, what it do, man. We here back at it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. Miss y'all, man.
You testing or we live?
We live. That's why she said go, and you just start throwing your hood on and getting coolish. I said, what the fuck is he? All right.
I
That's
did
why
not hear her say go.
Yeah.
You heard her say go?
Yeah, that's why I looked at you. I looked you in your face, and you sat back, threw your hood on, started fucking with your chains. I said, oh, this nigga too cool. That's why I was like, maybe he want me to say something. So I started saying what I said.
I was waiting on her to give us the countdown.
She said, go.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a little tiny bit on.
Oh, okay.
Like a tiny bit.
All right. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, man.
Like I feel good.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Right on.
So I don't know how this performance gonna be.
Oh, shit.
But I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Good Lord in heaven.
Listen, I'm gonna enjoy myself, but I just want everybody to know I love y'all. Our subscribers is going up.
For sure.
Slowly but surely.
Right.
Niggas is feeling good. You know what I'm saying?
I missed this shit, man. This shit was this was a nice little break, man.
I honestly every time I go like away from potting for a while, broadcasting in general, I always miss it, man.
Right.
I always miss it. It's like stretching. It's like you know what I'm saying, like just that you know what I'm saying, like
right, just to get that, you mean,
just
that,
to get
that
it back,
conversation
like
off your chest, right? Yeah, because like that weekly
that,
conversation.
That, but it's also for me. It's also like how you like the feeling you get from sports,
Right.
not physically but mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I get that from broadcasting.
Like the satisfaction.
Yeah, man. Gotcha. And when I don't do it for a while, I feel bad. I get not depressed per se, but just like I feel bad. Like man, I gotta get behind the mic and talk my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell anybody who follows me on Facebook or whatever, or Instagram or whatever, Twitter even. Don't follow me on Twitter. My Twitter filthy. Don't follow me on Twitter. Anybody who
How would you even bring it up then?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna say the handle, but it's filthy. Like if I get famous, bro, I'm gonna have to get a new Twitter. Cause it's like
it don't matter if you get a new Twitter, they gonna find that shit.
They is, and I'ma just be like, yo, but I got another one, family friendly one.
You might as well just when you
I only follow Disney.
You might as well walk into it and just say, listen, this is how my Twitter is. You might as well let the people know.
It's probably like 4,000 naked hoes.
Listen, you gotta be up front. I feel like if you up front with them, they'll be able to figure out a way to either get that shit deleted or blocked or whatever the higher ups in that company will be able to do. But I feel like you gotta say that from the door. That's something you gotta say.
I'm not deleting it, bro.
But you gotta
follow because I want to see it.
But I'm saying if you're famous, there's an image that you have to portray.
They just gonna know I like seeing pussy.
So no, that Twitter, you can make a Twitter under a different name, but the Twitter that says that's your main Twitter,
they gonna be like, oh, turns out Reese like pussy.
No, bro.
They gonna be like Reese like looking at pussy online.
You won't get shunned, man.
Cause I follow bitches that got the OnlyFans going.
I don't know. I think that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah,
that's what I think. They're gonna think you're a pervert, and they're gonna start calling you all types of shit.
A pervert? What is the number?
I don't listen. I don't know.
It ain't, man.
I don't know. I know that I don't see no celebrities doing that shit, and it's for a fucking reason. So I'm pretty sure that we're not the only.
Pussy.
Pretty sure we're not the only freaks in the world
Them niggas
like
is
to look
pussy.
at that shit. So it's like them niggas not doing it for a reason, or at least they not to follow only them.
Like you think if I went for the Spotify deal, they'd be like, but your Twitter though.
If they what if that's a what's the name? What if that's
I would delete it if it's for the Spotify deal.
Yeah, I was about to say what if that's a requirement? Like you gotta
get rid of this.
No, but you gotta be on Twitter to like promote the Spotify. Like you gotta promote it Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So it's like
Then they gotta pay me for that.
Of course they're gonna pay you for that. But it's like then they see that like
I'm wilding on that.
Crazy on that joint. It's like what's going on here? Like so then they take like you might lose money behind that.
I don't want to lose money behind it.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to lose money
even that deep.
But I'm gonna talk to him first. Like I'll fold, but I'm gonna talk to him first.
I feel like I'm gonna say it up front, forward. Like listen, I don't even want y'all to be surprised. Like my Twitter is just
filthy.
It ain't right. Like it ain't even. We shouldn't even think about me having. We shouldn't even tell people I got a Twitter. That shouldn't even be a topic. Like, at
Follow
all.
me on Instagram.
That's it. Instagram, Facebook,
Instagram.
and probably YouTube. Yep. Yeah, no, definitely YouTube. Ain't no probably about it. Definitely YouTube.
Search me.
Yeah.
No, but when I'm away from pie, man, you can tell if you follow me because I start talking a lot. I start talking a lot. I start saying all these opinions and shit. I start getting into arguments with motherfuckers. I'm like, I don't want to do this here. I want you to call into the motherfucking pod so I can talk to you, argue with you then.
Right.
I don't want to do it over fucking Facebook. Everybody wants to argue.
But not even argue, man. We ain't trying to argue. We just trying to get your point of view. If your point of view is different than our point of view, then so
But
be
if it go to that, it go to that.
It ain't even.
But that's not my goal.
I ain't trying to argue.
But I'm definitely not doing it over Facebook.
I'm
not trying to have this discussion with our thumbs. I don't even take that fast. You try to get my point out and shit. You give me like 3-4 motherfucking comments and shit.
Half
Now I'm
the
trying
shit.
to answer all your shit. Nah, bro.
But half the shit we'll be going back and forth for over is not even worth it. So I ain't. Don't. If you wanna go and get into a back and forth, that's the guy. I'm not the guy.
Oh no,
so
I'm not
don't
doing the
ask
back and
me.
forth. At this point,
Don't
I
hit
do
me
not
up,
engage.
don't
I
comment
say
about me.
this is what I do, right? I
Ask me
say
none of
shit.
that, 'cause I ain't
Like I
him.
say, sometimes I'll say like wild shit,
Right.
and then like when people start commenting, awkward. This one? It's fucking up the sound. Maybe. What about if I cut it down? Starts and then stopping. How about now? You gotta. I guess we gotta keep talking. You'll let me know. You'll let me know. We looking at you, waiting on you and shit.
Right.
What the fuck was it? Oh, so what I do now is I rile them up and then promote the show.
Right.
They start going in on the comments, and I'll be like, word of my podcast Saturdays at 5. Saturdays at some point.
Smooth tactic.
Saturdays
like
at some
that.
point, yeah.
Charlemagne route, something
Yeah.
like that.
Motherfuckers be like, when the fuck is this pod? Cause I want to motherfucking talk about this shit.
Right.
And I'll be like, it's on Saturdays, baby.
Okay.
Come through, fuck with us.
It's a good joint. I like that.
I'll do that. I say wild shit,
like
rile
that.
them the fuck up. They be mad as shit at me. Podcast at 5. Podcast on Saturdays, shit like that.
Right on.
But yeah, man, when I'm on pod, I feels it, man. Like I went a bunch of years, like after I ended the radio show, I went a bunch of years like waiting on I hate this shit, yo. I hate this. I'm in the middle of talking and then you get the text message.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Thank God it wasn't me.
anyway, but yeah, so we've been away for a little bit. I did a pod with Jordan. That was cool. We did a little shirt John. That was cool. We had fun with that. He wants us to, we gonna come to his pod
Right.
over on Pass My Wine. I think we gotta delete Pass My Wine off the title too.
So wait, pass my wine. What's
Is
that?
the name of his pod.
So that's what we doing in there? We drinking wine?
I think they just be drinking whatever. I think that's just the
Okay.
name of the pod.
That's just the name of it. Okay.
Yeah, I think they be drinking like liquor.
Roger
But I
that.
think that's just the name of his
Okay.
of his show. Not to get into weather, but it's hot.
Oh yeah.
The weather is nice.
It's about to be June.
They is outside.
Next week is the last week of May. Then we in June.
They is outside, brother. I didn't know. My girlfriend told me that. I wasn't looking. Not me. My girlfriend told me. They is outside. This is my favorite time of year, man. This is it. Like I would honestly move far away if I could just have even the uncomfortable parts of it. If I could have this all the time, I'll take it. Over the cold, I'll take it.
Not me. Mix it up. Mix it up for me.
Yeah,
I like a little hoodie weather, a little bubble coat.
I could do it a little bit if it go down to 40, but I don't need that below zero. That motherfucking
I don't know if 40 is worth the attendance You still might be able to wear sneakers.
Putting my Timbs on whenever I feel like it.
That's what I'm saying. Once it start getting cold, and you mean start dropping.
Just wear my Timbs.
Start
no
icing
socks.
up, snow. You know what I'm saying? That's when the Timbs come out like, ho.
But you gonna fuck your
It's a
Timbs up
must.
in the snow? Like,
That's what they for, bro. What you talking about?
man, my Timbs is.
I mean, you
for
don't walk.
stepping on-
You don't
for
walk
stepping
where
on necks.
motherfuckers is dumping piles and gallons of snow. Of course, you don't walk there to fuck your Jones up. But if it's just like some regular, like unwalked snow or some fresh snow, fuck that, I walk because my Jones waterproof. So the shit is already going to. You know what I mean? The shit is going to come off or whatever the case may
I
be.
don't
But
wanna
it's
take
when
the
you start
chance.
walking that salty shit is where you get the white line and they really fuck your Timbs up. So you definitely, you right. You do got to be cautious about
Gotta
that
be
shit.
cautious.
I be,
man.
yeah. I treat my Timbs a certain way. I ain't gonna lie. Like the Jones I just had, I actually had them for like a year and a half, 2 years before I finally started working in them. Like I'm ready to get rid of them now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my black Jones. Like I'm just now, like right by this summer, I'm ready to get rid of them now because it's like, all right, I done had them for a minute. Ain't like they treated or whatever the case may be, but I think it's time for some fresh joints, like just a
Notification
restart
sound away.
of the tan ones and the black ones.
Right.
I think I want some beef and broccoli this year too.
Some beef and broccoli
Yeah, I
Timbs.
want some beef and broccoli Timbs. Yeah,
I only do
for
butters.
the winter time. Yeah, that's cool.
That's me though. But that's me. I'm super. When it comes to shoes, I'm plain. I'm well. If it's good chucks, you know.
Right.
So let's get in, man. We back. We pieing.
Right. What you been doing, man? What you been doing during the break, man? What you been?
Honestly, a whole lot of nothing, and I've been also working on some music. You know that.
Right on.
We came through. We did a. You came through. We did a joint.
Right. Smashed on it.
Smashed on it. You know. Hopefully, the fingers crossed. Hopefully, that's gonna see the light of day.
Yeah.
In the June around my birthday time.
Right.
I think if I can get it out by then, that might be a yearly thing.
Okay.
I'll release a project on my birthday
Right.
every year.
So wait, that track we did yesterday, you gonna throw that on the project?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that. I thought that was just like a
Yeah.
joint we just.
Baby.
Okay.
I don't do a whole lot that don't go nowhere.
Right.
I
True
don't
that.
be
True
I don't
that.
be writing for some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Just for
saying?
fun, right, yeah.
Put my pen down for some bullshit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? These words going somewhere.
True that.
You know what I'm
true
saying?
that.
So I was doing that and my what's up? How we rocking? We good, Precious?
Well, too low.
No, you're fine. For now, I don't know what's up with this thing.
What's up?
What's
Boo?
happening?
You sound fine.
Talk to us then. What's going on?
Everything sounds fine.
I just keep hearing.
Right. We hear you. We trying to ignore you, but we hear you.
I'm sorry.
Figure out it's a reason that you trying to let us know.
I am trying to fix it without messing up the show.
Okay.
Okay.
I have disconnected both microphones and reconnected them without stopping y'all.
Okay.
And then it still keeps sounding like y'all talking into a thing. But every time I go to try to do something, it stops. And it's like, all right, don't touch it. And then as soon as I'm chilling trying to look up something, start again. Bitch.
You listening to it through through the YouTube?
Yeah. So
Maybe this is too loud.
everybody else.
All right. And I'll back this up a bit. And you tell me how it is. Yeah, I'll turn it this way. You tell me how it is in a little bit. All right. Anyway, we was talking about the little EP I'm thinking about.
Right.
Yeah, this time I wanted to do the EP the project I want to do after this is supposed to be very, very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot like it's very heavy. It's a lot of emotions I'm putting in this journal.
A lot of pain.
It's gonna be a lot of rapping, of course.
Right.
But it's a lot of emotions I'm putting in this journal. So I'm like, if I'm gonna do that, then let me hit people with like some summer music first
Okay.
before I hit them over the head with 20 songs of back in the day. I was, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
before I hit them with all that.
Gotcha.
Let me give you some appetizers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm doing with this. I used a lot of trap sounds, a lot of trap beats. So I'm excited about putting that out, seeing what that do. You know, I'm still working on it, so
Right.
you know, we'll see. Like I said, hopefully end of June, hopefully that can see the light of day around my birthday or whatever. So that's what I've been doing on a break. That, you know, working, scratching, surviving. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Shit like that. What about you?
You know, chilling. You know, falling back. I had a procedure done on my knee, which was really the cause of the break, which is why we took the break.
Yeah.
So it's just been, you know, sitting in the house rehabbing that, going to physical therapy.
It went well.
Yes, it went extremely well.
Surgery went well.
All right. They told me it was a difficult surgery, long surgery. I think it was about I think he said 5 hours, something like that.
5 hours.
Yeah, it was a difficult surgery.
Really?
Might have been. I don't know how long it was. It was a long.
It was a long journey.
Yeah, and thank God though, everything was okay.
Everything worked out. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just in the rehab process right now. Just
And rehab is going well.
right, physical therapy. You know what I mean? Taking it one day at a time. Just taking it head on.
And eventually, like soon, you'll be back to 100.
Yeah.
You'll be back to 100%,
That's it.
and you know, all things will be back to normal.
For sure.
So that's good. You know, I'm glad you so that we can come back and hit the ground running. You know, I want to see you recover and all that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So most that happened very recently. We usually talk about some music.
Right.
My man Cole.
Cold world.
I put you on the Cole.
You did. You really did.
I
That's
feel like
that's literal. I ain't even. That ain't even no like.
Right.
Maybe you put me on a little bit or.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. No, that's literal. You literally told me J. Cole is the hottest thing. He gonna be this. He gonna be that.
that was before
Listen to him.
the first album.
This was who that J. Cole.
Who that
J. Cole.
Yeah.
Who that J. Cole. So I was like, and then the next joint after who that you wanted me to listen to was Beautiful Bliss. I don't know if for Wale joint.
Yup.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
joint. When I heard it,
I
heard him on that
in a
joint.
while.
When I heard him on that joint, I said, yo, this boy lyrically just different.
He's different.
And then that's when I started listening to I went to look for the warm ups and the shits like that and all
Yeah.
that. So it was for sure you is
You
the
know what's
one who
funny
put me on J.
about Cole for me? How it happened for me? My man, actually Jordan's brother, John,
Right.
is who put me on the Cole.
Okay.
And at the time, I was all about Drake.
Right.
I was like, yeah, man, I'm Drizzy.
Right.
I heard Cole one time, and I was like, okay, this what I want.
Right.
This is what I want, because
Right.
he was burning down everything,
Mm-hmm.
like every bar.
Yeah.
He
No
was
disrespect to
burning
Drake,
it
though.
down.
No disrespect to Drake. 'Cause-
No disrespect to Drake,
Right.
but Drake did a lot of singing.
Yeah.
And Drake's style of rapping isn't very aggressive.
Right.
Not aggressive in the actual bars, because Cole is not aggressive in his actual bars, but in delivery, Drake is a lot more laid back more
Yeah.
often.
I like the flex from Drake. That's my favorite.
He
thing.
flexes. He's one of the best at
flex,
flexing.
and his songs is just like it's unmatched. It's
Right.
the only person I can probably compare it to is
Hov.
Jay-Z. Right.
Is Hov.
I'm like, cause his flex is just like on a different echelon. It's just
Yeah.
like when he started talking about the Mercedes Pullman, I literally had to
Look that shit up.
on Google, and he said that in the next bar. Like,
Right.
if you don't know what that is, you better hit up Google. I really had to pause the song,
and
look
go to
it up
Google.
on Google, and it was like, oh shit, okay.
Well, what is it?
It's a car. It's a Mercedes car.
Okay.
It's a Mercedes Benz. It's just some shit you
Mercedes-Benz?
some shit you just ain't seen.
Some shit. Okay.
Out here,
well,
right.
I'm gonna have to do my Googles.
For
But
real.
but yeah, man. Ever since that day, it was just cold.
Yeah.
It was cold non-stop.
Yep.
Cause like I said, everything he was burning down.
I remember hearing it. I used to be like,
And
bro,
then-
you don't shut the fuck up about this.
Yeah,
J.
bro.
Cole
I
nigga.
would not stop.
And when I heard him, I was like, oh,
There's
all right,
something to
I
it.
see.
I
Right.
actually went to see him in concert twice.
Damn, for real.
twice.
That's lit.
The first time he was opening for Rihanna, and I went and Cold Tall.
Right.
We far away in the fucking in the upper part, and he sprinting back and forth on stage and shit.
Right.
In these all red pants, but his leg is they tight as shit on him.
Right.
And he just keep running. It like 2 long ass sticks.
That's crazy.
That just keep running back and forth across the stage. But he was spitting that shit.
What song was he rapping?
He did most of the warm up.
Okay.
A lot of Friday Night Lights, I want to say, was out at that time.
Right.
And I think that was like so.
He didn't do Back to the Topic.
I don't remember if he did Back to the Topic. I don't remember.
That was
years ago.
I ain't gonna lie. That was probably the legit song that really.
I want to say what the
had me
fuck.
like, I gotta hear the rest of this. Back to the
And the first single off of the album was the last one he did on that joint. And we ended up staying for Rihanna, but at first the joke was we going for Cole. We going for Cole. We leaving after Cole leave.
Right.
Like if he do 3 joints, we leaving after that.
Right.
But we did end up staying to just see what Rihanna did.
And where was the concert at?
Lee Court Center.
Lee Court Center. Okay.
Was it? No. The other one. In South Philly, I want to say.
What is it called?
What's the big joint in South Philly, I want to say?
Wells
It might have been the stadium.
Wachovia, you know?
I think it was Wachovia. It was Wachovia. Because he was at the Leo Court Center the second time we went. Right. Me, Ash, and my other man went. And this time we was on the floor. Oh, shit. We was on the floor. We was up front. We didn't get the meeting. He was close, but we didn't get the meeting. It was Club J. Cole in that bitch, bro. Cause like, when you doing the performance, it's like the DJ put extra drums in all the songs. Right. Yeah. So it'll be he doing his like more emotional record, but the drums is.
And I think it's because it's a live drum.
Yeah, the drums is hitting.
He trying to make
so
himself be known.
So you dancing to J. Cole Pain and shit like, but that shit was lit, man. It was lit. It was. The women was out back then. Niggas tried to make it like J. Cole ain't brought the women out. They was out.
Right.
They was out.
How we doing? Sounding good?
Okay. All right.
Can't fix it. I'll let y'all know.
Okay. So I've seen him twice. I've heard conflicting reports about this new project, whether it's his last project or it's on the road to his last project.
Right.
So I don't know what it is yet, but I do know that I want to see him. If he is about to retire, I want to see him again.
Right.
Maybe 2 more times. I wanna go again, because it's dope music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to see, like, now I know the show is different.
Yeah.
Certain songs he won't do or whatever. Only song he didn't do the second time we went, and I was irritated. He did every song but God's Gift. And that's my shit. I love that fucking song. So, that's no. God's Gift is the joint with the electric guitar.
God's Gift. I knew the song.
You might be talking about the other. That's not God's Gift. That's the other joint. That's the joint before God's Gift.
Unplugged. I don't have to plug it back in.
Yeah, lift it up.
I'm trying, Dominique. I don't know what's going on. She said it was working good until he asked about it.
For real.
I know.
Trying to make sure
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying.
But what's your take on it? I feel like for me
on the project itself,
yeah.
or whether he retiring or not.
I know you don't want him.
Bro, the project. So I wish he never said anything about retiring. If he never said anything about retiring, I would have been, because I was hype on J. Cole, like you said, from the beginning. Right? And then I would say For Your Eyes Only is the one that made me drop off. Because I did not like that album.
I couldn't listen to it.
I couldn't get it. Was fucking boring.
Right.
All the jokes that people were saying about it was true. It was fucking boring. And so I kind of fell. And then, 2014 Forest Hills was great.
Right.
KOD I like.
Fantastic.
But I don't have the same fervor. I'll listen to it, I'll love it, but I'll love it myself.
What, KOD?
Both of them Jones. As far as Cole himself, I wasn't really saying nothing about it. Had he not brought up retirement this time, I would have been back to how I was before. Right. I would have been hype as shit. Cause it's no skips for me on this project. Right. I'm glad it's no skips, and he went with different producers instead of producing it all himself. Right. So it's so much life in the project. It feels lively. He rapping like J. Cole can always rap, but a lot of times he can be monotone when he raps. He can I won't say be boring because the bars is there, but the emotions sometimes, like his topics can sometimes get a little samey for me, even though it's not the same topic per se. It's the same feeling of emotion and sadness. Where KOD has some stuff. I listen to a lot of his underground shit too, like his more I was so entrenched with everything J. Cole put out,
right,
that for me it all kinds of blend together in a weird way. Like, even though I know what's on KOD and what's not on KOD. Yeah. I mean, so like
for me, he just was talking about topics that needed to be discussed today. And those last two albums, which was the kids on drugs, and how basically we were selling our souls for money, and how we would do all this shit for money, basically.
We've been talking about that every album a lot. I'm not saying drop that topic. I'm saying instead of 4 songs about that or 6 songs about that, maybe 2 songs about that.
I feel like the prior albums was more towards stories and telling his story, telling his background, giving you his background, his life. Like that's what I took from him, which is these last two.
And also some of the beats. Some of the beats have been like when you get into the album, not this album, but when you get into the album, some of the beats, it's like you having a good time for one song. Mm-hmm. I don't need 27 party records from Cole.
Right.
But a lot of times, like, okay, you take something like Born Sinner. Mm-hmm. On the second half of Born Sinner, it slows all the way down.
That's a good song. You talking about like the album? You talking about the whole album?
The album,
right?
It slows all the way down.
Right.
It's a bunch of songs back to back of.
That's another great album.
Slow. It is great. But then we got that from you. And then what's the next album after Born Sinner is For Your Eyes Only. Mm-hmm. And the whole joint is slow.
Right, that whole
joint is slow.
Right.
And then the album after that is 2014. And I like 2014. Mm-hmm. But it's a bunch of slow joints on there. Like a lot.
That's it, yeah.
And then...
Well, he got the Neighbors on there. And
Neighbors is on For Your Eyes Only.
That's on...
No. Neighbors think I'm selling dope.
That's on Forest Hill Drive, bro.
It's not.
All right.
Listen, all we got to do is check, baby.
Please do.
Talk to the people.
Because I'm like,
talk to the people.
Was with Kenny Lofton and all that shit.
Kenny Lofton is on the mixtapes.
For Your Eyes Only is a mixtape, bro.
For Your Eyes Only is an album, bro. Not the EP.
Okay.
Truly Yours is the EP.
Okay. Oh, all right. That's what I'm thinking about. Truly Yours.
I'm thinking about Truly Yours.
Yeah. But for me, the album, I felt like was a great album because it talked about all topics that I feel like rappers are.
This particular project is very good. It's
Right.
very lively. He can get out all of his points in a way that still keeps you engaged. There have been a lot of times where
But the reason why I like the album
oh, I'm sorry.
is
My fault.
because the topics that he's touching on is I feel like a lot of rappers today is scared of. Everybody is rapping about the jewelry and rapping about how they spin the bin and spin the block and shoot up this block and shoot up this party, shoot up that shit. And it's like he talking about the shit that our kids need to listen to, which is generational wealth, not being a fool and following the goofballs out there, because that's really like half these rappers that you think is flashing their jewelry and doing what they say they doing is not really what they say they like, not really doing what they say they doing.
Yeah.
Renting cars and rent and money is not real and shit be like that. It's so much like he told you he been at the highest highs and the lowest lows. Like he don't give a fuck. Like
Right.
he letting you know like this is what it is. Like what he's saying is truth. He don't got no reason to lie to you. Like he'd have been to the top. He'd have been to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At this point he has nothing to lose nor to gain. So I this album really made me respect him on a different level. I feel like what you saying is the retirement. I don't think it's a retirement. I think it's another break. Cause like from what I've been hearing, he's doing the overseas basketball,
Yeah.
and I seen him. Right, I seen a few highlights of him doing his thing. So
3 baskets, 3 assists.
I mean, it's a bucket, and it's pro
doing-
basketball.
he doing pretty good out there.
Yeah,
He said,
I take that. You know what I'm saying? And it was his first game, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So
I
feel
wasn't
like,
clowning. That's
oh
dope.
no, I thought it was a little sarcastic.
No, I was hoping. I was thinking the joke was gonna come like, how you know that, nigga? That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, I did think that, but then I'm like, it's cold, so I know you. You know what I'm saying? You probably subscribe to all cold news, but whatever the case may be, whatever the case may be,
Whatever the yeah, like I felt it.
yeah, no, I ain't trying to play you, bro.
It's
No,
all good,
that's your favorite rapper. Like, see, I meant to say that to you when you was talking about going to his shows. Like, I'm not really a concert guy, so it's like for me to go to a rapper's concert, I gotta really be a huge fan of you, and I don't think I have a rapper that I'm like that big of a fan.
of.
Yeah, like I like Meek, but I'm not really trying to go to a concert. The only song I'm really probably gonna want to hear is Dreams and Nightmares. Like the rest of the shit is cool, but that's the joint that's gonna give me hype. And then once I'm hyped there, I'm ready to go. Like that song does a lot for to you. Like you gotta give out a lot of energy, especially on that second half when that shit kick on. It's a whole different energy you got, especially when you're from Philly.
Is that the greatest intro of all time?
Philly gotta be the
Is that the greatest hip hop intro
of all time.
all time? Of all time. Of let's say of what you've heard.
I don't really know. Was PSA an intro?
PSA.
Public service announcement.
Nope. Interlude, baby.
So then I don't know. Cause I'm like,
I
that
think Dreams
Jay-Z
and Nightmares might be the greatest intro
definitely.
of all time.
I don't know one that could argue.
Everybody
It.
stop and sing that joint every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
And, no, you got to.
The back of his mic is on? Is this on the right one?
I'm like, you got to.
Yeah.
Especially if you from the
Let me
city.
see.
If you from Philly,
Like
you gotta
it's
sing.
like it's low or
Is it on the, which one is like the, is it on the one that's a heart or a blood?
yeah, it's on the butt. Yeah, it's on the button.
Turn it back on. I mean, turn it back.
Turn it what?
Turn it. I have to figure out what's wrong with this mic.
What is it doing?
Sound like y'all talking into a fan. I turned it off and turned it off to see which mic it was. Cause I muted yours.
Could it be the connection?
I just made y'all unplug and plug it back in.
Internet connection.
It's not internet. Because
It's not.
when I completely remove his mic, it sounds fine. Then I can hear him. He sounds low, of course, in your mic.
Okay.
So I have
Maybe
to have his mic.
maybe he need to cut his thing off and cut it back on.
Or switch
Press the
holes.
button then.
Think so?
I think this one is yours.
I don't think it's switch the tones either though.
You know what? Yeah, let's try that. Thank you, sir. All right, check one in there.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
So man. Cole just for me, put him in a different class. I know I don't. For me personally, I don't feel like this is his last album. I feel like this is it's gonna be a last album for a minute. Like I think after I think he's gonna take this basketball thing serious for probably like a few years.
He usually take like 4 years off.
Yeah, and then he gonna come back because I'm like it's really what more do you want him to rap about? He rapped about the shit we need to hear.
True.
He rap about the kids on doing this. He rap about how he used to do, how he used to be back in the day. He rap about his dream girls, how he love her. Talk about money. He talk about how much money he make now and how he don't. I mean, how he could wear this and how he could wear that, and but he decides to wear this. Like, bro, it's cold. I just
how much
me
more
sitting
could he
back,
say?
Yeah, like just me sitting back and looking back and just like I can understand it.
Well, maybe it's the selfish consumer in me that just want more.
Right.
Like I said, if retirement had never been talked about, I'd have been throwing this album in people's face.
That's what. But is that was those his exact words, or did people say
those was his words?
Those was his words. Okay.
Those was his words. If this gonna be my last album, but he's also had words of he had a bunch of different album titles, and the Fall Off was just the first one.
Right.
Or not the Fall Off, the Off Season. It was maybe another 2 in there. I know one of them was called the Fall Off. It's a whole thing. Now, I remember that from a couple, maybe last year, 2 years ago even, maybe, of him putting that out and then this out. So, like I said, it's conflicting reports. I've heard this is the last one. I've heard this ain't the last one.
Real
So
Cole fans know that I got 2 more.
maybe, hopefully 3.
3.
Because
you said you know off season
right.
was supposed to be 1.
I know off season was supposed to be 1, and I know it's supposed to be a continuation of. Because it was the come up, the warm up, and I want to say the third one he said it'll be the fall off, or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, so I'm happy about that. Other people put music out too, but I didn't listen to any of it.
Bro, well I did.
Joyner, we just listened to.
Yeah, Joyner got some shit.
Joyner we just listened to. I did hear one of the new Nicki records, the one with Wayne and Drake. And you ever see that video of the bull in the car? I don't know bull name, and if you do, I want to say he a DJ. He is a DJ. He make beat. He be on the drum machine drum.
Okay.
And he in the car and he be making this crazy ass beat. The beat crazy as hell. If I show it to you, you probably seen it. I've seen it on Facebook numerous times. Anyway, she uses that beat.
Right.
I thought, like, soon as I heard it, I remembered it because I'm like, I remember that beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I want to say Wayne was rapping first. I don't remember, but whatever it was, because I didn't know it was Nicki's song. It had just popped up.
Right.
Because I was on Tidal listening to whatever they had for Wayne. Like, I just went through and let them just give me random Wayne songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to that for a couple hours. And that one popped up. And it's all right. Drake's verse on there, it's all right. You know, Nicki do what Nicki do. And Wayne was all right. So I did hear that. And I believe she got 2 more on the new Beam 'Em Up Scotty or whatever that she put out.
Yeah.
I didn't. Other than so, that's the only thing I heard from that. I heard Migos put a song out. I heard that last week.
Right.
That was cool.
Straighten it.
Yeah, I don't like that hook. I don't like that hook.
I like it because it showed me that they can do the simplest hook,
shit, and
that shit fire.
And now it's a hit.
But it's a simple ass hook, and it's a good hook. Like, you can't say it's an ass hook. It's not the best hook. Like, we know you can do better, but it's a good hook. Like, for them to be saying, straighten it, like,
Just a little bit of straightening.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say a few words in between it, but all he's saying is straighten it.
It didn't do it for me.
Straighten it.
It was a little lackluster for me.
I
It was
listened to
cool.
that joint, and then I liked the verses. I
Verses
really
was
like
cool.
the flows, man. The flows and the ad libs.
Is where it's at.
Yeah, it's just different for them, man. They just be.
They elder statesmen now, man.
Yeah.
They not newcomers no more.
No, for sure they OGs.
They elder statesmen. I like that they did their solo projects, and now they coming back together. It's been like what, 2-3 years for them.
That shit ain't really work. I ain't
none of these Jones.
I ain't even listening to nobody else's, but when I ain't like Quavo John, I said, yeah, I don't want to hear nobody else John.
You ain't like Quavo John?
No, that John was ass.
I'm saying it's like I heard it. I didn't.
It was like he had some songs on there.
He rap and sing.
But it was Jones in there that just wasn't.
Just ass.
Yeah. Like I thought it was gonna be better. Cause he the hook boy.
He the hook boy.
Yeah, so I was thinking he was gonna have all the good songs.
So the hooks wasn't on there?
No. Like I said, he had like 1 or 2 songs that I liked, but I can't remember them. So it's like
so it is what it is.
Yep.
So I guess they, it's like, hey, we better together than we is apart.
Right. But I like Mo 3 album. Mo 3 had a fucking
you just put me on to him.
That album is front to back phenomenal, bro. Like I know it's probably gonna take you some time to get into that shit, bro.
But when I get there,
I say that boy like was talented, man, from the singing and rapping, bro. It was like he was second to none. Like it's
really.
Yeah, he was super talented.
So he said Offset Jones, alright.
I didn't even know Offset came out with an album. When they did the solo drum. See, I didn't listen. When Quavo disappointed me, I was scared to listen to everybody else. I was like, I don't want them to cause I was almost like not listening to the Migos after that joint. Like
really,
cause I thought
they turned you off that much.
Yeah, I thought that album was really gonna be something fire, like
something fire, something special.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they had just did the joint with Wife and Lucci, Key to the Streets, and they had the joint with Gucci Mane. Like they had a few joints that was
Gucci Mane.
Yeah, they got a joint.
You never see that video?
No.
A Wayne. Okay.
Saying Gucci Mane like that.
Gucci Mane. Yeah. Okay. Turned you off though.
Yeah, I mean almost. But they.
But straightening
hit me
that brought you back.
No, what? They got a hella songs before that, bro.
Oh,
they got I Need It. Yeah, they got a hella songs before that, man. That joint I Need It. That's a joint I really fuck with. It's them and NBA Youngboy.
I can't get with him, bro.
On that joint, he go crazy. He might I don't listen to him.
I can't get with it, bro.
On the solo joint, like it is one song that he got I like is Green Dot because he going crazy on that joint. He like snapping and talking shit. But that's the only joint I really fuck with from NBA. Matter of fact, no, it was the joint No Smoke. You mean his earlier joints that he came out with? Fuck with that joint. But Lil Reese, man, Chicago got his ass beat.
Oh yeah, we was talking about that last week. Okay, so upon some research, some people are I guess not reporting it, but some people are like speaking on it as if he stole a car.
Right.
And apparently he did not steal a car.
Exactly.
He was just wrong place, wrong time, just trying to buy some weed and was mistaken to be with them niggas.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Fuck all the way up.
Bro. To really honestly to get beat that bad.
And you can't speak. The media is saying all types of shit. You seen the girl all in his face with the camera and all that shit?
Yeah.
Saying all types of crazy shit, got him looking like you a thief and stealing.
And it's gonna be right, and it's gonna be hard unless somebody really does an investigation and puts all the information out there. It's gonna be hard because it could easily look like
you got caught stealing cars.
You got caught doing some wild shit.
But let me ask you this: so, how do you feel about media outlets reporting news too early?
So, how do I feel about it?
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's a horrible thing to do, but I understand why it's done.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I do understand why it's done.
What's the understanding?
So I want to say around the time of what's the football player name? Killed his wife.
Ray Carouche?
No.
I guess a lot of
motherfucker. I'm not black. I'm OJ. Okay, OJ. Around the time of the OJ case. Before then, that's how I had to get his name here. I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Okay.
Around the time of then, we didn't have a 24-hour news cycle. if I'm not mistaken, don't somebody go and correct me. If I'm not mistaken, we did not have a 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah.
News came on at a specific time.
I was about to say, I don't
on
think
all
I
channels.
don't think TV was on 24 hours at that time.
No, it was. It was. That's the
I don't think-
90s.
I don't think so.
That's the
when OJ when that shit
mid-90s.
happened, was it? I
Yeah.
think that was the late 80s.
No, nigga, we was both alive.
I don't know, bro.
It was like 1996 or 3. When OJ killed
Nicole.
allegedly kill
Nicole
Nicole and the other bull. Almost decapitate Nicole and the other bull allegedly. No, I want to say before that it wasn't a 24-hour news cycle. So that because that case was so, if I'm right, because that case was so big, it was
The trial started in 1995.
Okay.
1995, yeah, mid 90s. So if I'm not mistaken, because that was going to be so, because the juice was so popular and so beloved at the time, news stations knew.
Can you look up when TV started 24 hours? Cause I swore I know TV used to cut off, man. Like you used to be watching the program, and then that shit used to get the fuzzies, bro.
No, nigga, your TV was fucked up at the
No, nigga. At the
Your
end of
shit
the,
at
at
the
the
crib.
end of the program,
No.
they said
Your TV used
no
to get
more
the fuzzies.
programs, and the shit used to cut
You
off,
was
bro.
not in my lifetime.
Bro, you is tripping. What is you?
No,
Can you please?
bro.
Look that up for me.
But
Please
you gotta
look
think
that
the
up for me.
Tonight Show
And it ends at they started at like 12 and ended at it still ended, bro. And when them shows went off, that was it. It wasn't what
But-
came on after them shows?
after the Late Show.
Yeah.
the Late Show.
Bro, the late show just came. What are you talking about? There wasn't always a show.
Yes, it was.
Who was it then?
Are we talking about this
Conan.
stuff, period,
Period.
or like news?
Period. 24
No,
hours.
he's saying that TV in general, all TV
All the TV.
used to
Right.
stop broadcasting.
And June 1st, 1980 is when TV started to broadcast for 24 hours.
Okay.
News channels started to broadcast 24 hours they started during the OJ stuff.
Okay.
Bro, sometimes I'll be right. It's what I'm saying.
Sometimes, yeah,
I'm not saying I'll be right all the
You
time,
know, sometimes.
but sometimes I'll be
But,
right.
yeah, that's bullshit.
So, so it became beneficial to give 24-hour what's names. Once that trial was over and not much else was going to be that impactful, you have already opened that Pandora's box. So, as motherfuckers working in news at the head of news, all this money from advertising we got to keep this shit going. So, go look for some news.
Right.
Go out there and look for it. So that makes it kind of hard. That makes them need news. So it's like, yeah, that'll lead you to report shit early, report shit fucked up, and all that. Because again, if you think about it from their point of view, who are they really hurting? What really happens when they report shit wrong? All they gotta do is report it right the next time.
Yeah.
They used to motherfuckers. If you got a soul, you might go and do a retraction, or we fucked up on this or whatever. They might they might slip it in like, we originally reported X, Y, and Z. Turns out it's A, B, and C.
Right.
And even that in itself is a retraction, which is fine. Some people don't even do that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They just start reporting what everybody else reported. What you have now is you watch enough news and you realize a lot of news is coming from Twitter. A lot of news is coming from Twitter.
Facts.
So it's like, which at a certain point, at a certain angle, you can understand it because Twitter is the fastest moving thing.
Right.
So it's like even like Facebook, in the way you post, ain't the way you post on Twitter. It's just faster.
Right.
So it's like something going on in Yemen. You jump on Twitter and you can tweet about it 180 characters real quick. Bang, it's out there. And it's a big difference between I own a radio station and we find out something is going on in Yemen and I gotta send a reporter to Yemen versus me just going on Twitter and looking at a motherfucker who got boots on the ground already and get the story. But it ain't the story ain't gonna always be like that.
Right.
It ain't gonna always. You're not gonna always have that bird's eye view. You're not gonna always have a reliable person giving you information. So, a lot of times the reporting will be fucked up. It'll come to you and it'll be like, oh, it's X, Y, and Z. Okay, cool. Whatever. This we reporting now. And then it's like if you are the person in the seat, you're not actually doing the investigation. You're the talking piece.
Right.
So they slide you the paperwork and you read the paper. Well, they put the paperwork on the prompter and you read the prompter. So it's like when you say, well, how do you feel about it? It's like it's goofy, but at the same time, it's like, imagine if a football organization found a way to make players play football 24 hours. Like, to have there be football 24 hours a day. It's not the same players, obviously. But even still, it's like, bro, this is a lot. You drawing. But the type of money that would come in will be crazy. So it's like, you might not like it. It's not a good thing to do, probably. It is what the fuck it is. So no, I don't like it. And then people conflate things, like they'll conflate the news with something like, not Shade Room, but not Media Takeout. What's the other one? The one that they pay for, the one that everybody don't like. Whenever I start potting, I can't think of shit.
Say cheese.
No. Anyway, a lot of these different outlets. TMZ. Thank you. TMZ. A lot of these different outlets.
Right. No, he don't. He never hear you.
Oh, you said TMZ? Well, speak up. Say it so I can hear you. Say it so I can hear you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard of hearing.
He said I'm hard of
You see my headphones, dog? Motherfuckers be blasting. You think I wear my shit low? However much you need, I got you. Whatever you need, man. Whatever you. All right, I got you. We want to talk about it now? You want to talk?
You've been said that though. You did say that yesterday.
Oh no, you got it. You got it today. You did. That fucking $100 lunch you had. $100 lunch you had.
But I'm like, you got a part on that.
My lunch was $13.50. The rest was all her.
Not with your extra bacon.
I didn't get extra bacon. They gave me this little strip of bacon and then a ball of bacon. They cut my bacon. They gave you know when you take the bacon out the pack, you got that last little piece that be all fucked up.
Right.
They cut that in half, and that's what they put on my fucking burger.
Damn.
They gave her. She had smoked salmon or charred salmon, whatever the fuck it was, Cajun salmon. I ain't gonna lie, they gave her the baby salmon though.
Yeah, I'm like, that's like $15, $16.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was like $45.
No, it was not, bro. Cut it out. He told $45.
Whatever. I paid, so I know how much it
I
cost.
know how much it
Fucking salmon was $45, bro.
2 drinks and shit.
$5 drink.
2 $20 drinks and shit.
I know these
With the
$5.
shark and shit.
Yeah, $5 drink.
This one, they wasn't no $5. You can't eat. They was $6.
It was $5.
Hey, yo.
They was $6.99. They wasn't no $4.99.
So, all right, all together, they was $14. $14 plus a $17 meal is what? 20. Yeah, I'm like,
And then she had the Grand Slam sampler appetizer with all 5 joints. With Grand Slam joint and shit. All this food. Mind you, peep this, right?
Right.
All this food she got. She eat the least out of the least out of everybody.
Right.
She eat 3 bites and be like, woo, child, I'm full. She had a wonton taco, my wonton taco, and was like, I'm sleepy. Ain't none of her shit come. I'm sleepy. Yeah, all right, you gonna eat though.
But I did though.
Brought all that shit home.
No, I did.
Bought all that shit home and then ate it.
It was going though. I ate it though. I don't eat a lot at work.
$45. So you've gotten paid. I don't want to hear you.
He only add all that up because
See,
kids. He ain't add that's not just my order. My order was alone.
They are an extension.
$50.
They are an extension of you.
Nah.
How the hell they not?
No, they ain't.
Who the hell? How the hell they not?
Nah, they
They
ain't.
help fix them headphones.
Right.
Give my money out.
They ain't help, so they don't deduct out her bill.
Give
Kids
my
ain't had
money.
no
Then you
parts
need
in
to.
that.
Then you need to get some of your money out of them.
I want you to give me my money. For
All right, give them, make them give me my money, and I'll give it to
you
you.
paid for lunch, so you paid for them. And I want my money.
As a reward for you.
as a nice
As a
guy. You was
reward
just
for
being a
you
nice
doing-
guy. Lunch was just because you wanted to be a nice guy.
I'm apparently per y'all, I'm not a nice guy.
No, you
No,
petty.
Why every
All we saying
time
is you're
I
petty.
say, why
we
every
don't say
time
that you're
I
not
say,
nice. We just say you're petty.
she gave me a whole diatribe at lunch today about how I'm not nice.
What I said is.
Go ahead. What you say?
What I said
Lie.
is.
Lie.
You said in 2 relationships, you gonna say they was weak. I said no.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that y'all are on the opposite.
We was talking
end.
about sarcasm,
In 2 of his
and I said I ended 2 relationships. 2 relationships ended over me not being able to stop being sarcastic. But at the time, I couldn't cut it off. It was a time I couldn't cut it off. But one of them, but they was weak. They was, you know what I'm saying, they was sensitive.
You can't date sensitive people. Can't date.
It is what it is.
They was weak. They was sensitive.
One of them was on purpose though. I was having a good time. The other one was an accident. So I can't be both. You can't be, oh, you took her out. It was a nice thing, but you also a mean motherfucker. It can't be both.
Well, I mean, back in the day, you was shit. You changed now. You're a nice guy now. That was the
So in your opinion, I was worse back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You talking about those two things I was, okay. Nah,
You
what?
said you was worse back in the day.
I didn't say
This is
that.
the best version of Reese.
I don't remember that. That's a lie. I've always been great. I've always been the dopest to ever do it. Now, what the fuck was we talking about before?
We was talking about the media. Talking about
The media.
Basically, they got to do their job. If they want to stay afloat, that's the best thing to do. I get what you're saying.
Once you, because it's a business. Once you show shareholders the type of money you can make doing this, you can't go backwards.
And it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
True indeed.
So yeah, I do
True
feel what you're
indeed.
saying. Another one. They just found not just found, but a few weeks ago, they found the killers to Pop Smoke. Found out who they was and how that went down and all the details behind that. Did you hear about that?
All I heard was one of them is 15.
Bro, the shooter is 15.
One of the shooters is
No,
15.
it's only one shooter.
There's only one shooter.
It's only one shooter.
So what?
It was
Tell
like,
me.
it was a bunch
tell
of
me about it.
kids. What they did was they found his address off of Instagram when he posted the video.
Yeah.
Climbed in through a second story balcony window.
Really?
While he was in the shower, taking a shower, he had his jewelry on in the shower. They came in there and tried to rob him for his Cuban white necklace
Mm-hmm.
and his Rolex, his Boston Rolex. And so the girl said somehow they had the gun to her head, told her not to scream. But next thing you know, they heard the struggle. Hospital come running out the bathroom, like out the shower or whatever. They shoot him in his back 3 times. So
Naked?
yeah, take his watch, take his stuff, get out of there. They sell his Rolex for $2,000. A bust down Rolex, bro, $2,000. That's easily 200 grand.
Yeah.
Easily.
But they had to get rid of
Well, I mean, worth 200 grand.
Worth
I'm
200
not
grand,
saying
yeah.
you can, you know what I mean, but it's like you killed that man
over 2 grand.
over 2 grand, bro.
All of them is like under
Well,
20.
yeah, all of them is the oldest is 20.
The oldest is
The
20.
oldest is 20. He's supposed to be the ringleader, but
What the fuck? Bro?
yeah, like really.
You know what, yo? I don't mean to be this harsh about kids, but I'm glad they have to live with that, yo. They're gonna be 30. They're gonna be 30. And remember that they zero things, over nothing.
Over nothing.
Over fucking nothing, yo. That this is what they did. Like, it's so. I mean, all of it, so much of it is fucking stupid. And what I tend to hate from people is just like we talking right here, right?
Right.
Me and you, and we seeing how stupid it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Suppose we had two more people here, they would agree with us. But those same two people will go outside and do that shit, will justify doing that shit in their own mind.
It's insane.
But in here, will agree with us that it's stupid.
And understand.
And understand that I hate. I want you to be, if you stupid, I want to know you the fuck stupid. I'm so tired of you motherfuckers playing both sides. I hate that. It's not a big thing. I hate that shit.
Not even
Cause a 15-year-old. I mean, a 15-year-old know what the fuck he doing too. But
no, but I think the 20-year-old was the one who told him.
Who told him to do it and shit?
Yeah,
probably so. But it's like,
that motherfucker run or do something, scream, you shoot him.
bro, your life is over.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The 20-year-old probably gave him the gun, told him, when this motherfucker run or something, or he try to scream, you shoot him.
Why not just wait till he not there?
Probably thinking, because they wanted the shit he had on. They wanted the shit they seen in the videos and the shit like that.
You serious? All that fucking to do what? Wear it?
That's what I'm thinking.
To do what?
Like a kid. That's what I'm saying. Kids don't even be like, motherfuckers don't even be thinking.
And these niggas is riding
thinking.
around with guns and shit.
I don't know how they got some fucking guns, man.
It's
Really
easy. It's easy. It's easy.
It's insane though.
You just gotta, yeah, it's
It
easy.
shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying.
It shouldn't be.
Motherfuckers as adults should be able to be like, no, little nigga, you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not selling you this. I'm not letting you throw your life away behind whatever you got going on.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not doing it. Like, you gotta go a different route. You gotta wait till you get old enough. Once you get old enough, if it still mean that much to you, then you can purchase a gun on your own. And you can do your own thing.
You can do your own thing.
I'm not selling you no fucking gun and no 15, 16-year-old. No, bro. No. Like, no, bro.
Damn. That's crazy. Over jewelry.
Over jewelry, man.
That you didn't even sell for what it was worth. You got money that you probably had.
And that shit was going the same hour.
Going the same hour.
Day. Not even the same fucking day. The same hour, bro.
Spent it on
you
some
probably
bullshit.
bought a bunch of weed. Probably bought some sneakers. And that's it. Because
That's
I know
it.
y'all had to split it. It was like 7 of them. It was like 6, 7 of them.
So busting that
That's
down.
all gone.
7 ways. That's it.
That's gone.
150 bones.
Real rap. That's
150.
if that.
If
If you
that.
got that. Right.
150 bones. 100 bones.
It's insane, man.
You
Bro.
killed a man. Killed a man over that shit. You killed a motherfucker your age.
You killed a star.
Killed a star your age, but not just because he was a star.
No, I'm just
But
I'm like,
you,
not just saying that.
But your humanity, like looking at somebody who looking back at you, look like you, is you. You ain't go try to rob Jeff Bezos. You ain't gonna try to rob. You ain't gonna try to rob another
that's too
motherfucker on the
difficult.
block.
That's too difficult.
All the houses in Pop Smoke neighborhood, all them houses got money in them.
Yeah.
You
don't know who got. You don't know who is who and who got the what.
all
You
them
know for
houses
sure.
on that neighborhood got money in them. You wanted to rob Pop Smoke.
But you knew Pop Smoke had jewelry. He got clothes. He fanning money. So you
Right.
think he might have that shit on him. Like you see, like them people is living a different lifestyle than what Pop Smoke is doing.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke is posting that shit on Instagram. So it's like
Right.
it's more of a draw to come to you than the nigga that's over here selling real estate. Yeah, I know you over here selling real estate making money, but it's like, oh, your shit probably tied up in the bank or some shit like I can't get to your shit right here.
They wasn't masked up.
I'm not sure. I don't think they said that on the report.
Y'all went there raw faced.
I think so. Yeah.
Why the fuck? Not even a mask.
20.
What y'all thought he wasn't gonna do? Like,
They said the oldest was 20. The oldest was 20 years old.
dickhead.
Nobody
Like,
thinking.
so these is-
Nobody is logically thinking. Nobody is saying this. Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody taking control of the situation. Everybody's letting everybody be their own boss. From the door, the 20-year-old should have had everything under control. He should have, man. He should have never done it.
should have never done it.
But it should have been more controlled than that shit. You should have.
At least he
yeah.
not be home.
But you can't say that because it's like
He got more jewelry in the house.
No, we don't. It's an Airbnb.
I thought it was his house.
No, it was an Airbnb. Pop Smoke from New York. They was in Cali.
But I thought he lived in. Oh, they.
This was in Cali.
Okay, so I thought he moved to Cali, and they was in the house that they got him in was the house he was living in, and the picture that they found, the picture that they used to find his address was him posting a picture with his man's, basically saying, "I got a new house."
He was
he was at an
Airbnb. He's on a promo tour.
Really?
He's on a promo tour.
That does make sense.
I mean, I think he had just got back from Fashion Week in London, and he
So
was
then
in
you
there.
could argue everybody in that block might not have money, depending on how pricey the Airbnb was.
Yeah, but I think I would imagine
It could
so.
be.
Yeah, I would imagine
Imagine so.
But,
Imagine so. But that's.
yeah. It's like
I always said celebrities should take the pictures,
right,
post them after you leave.
but no, that is what you're supposed to do.
Post them after you leave.
What the nigga did was he posted like somebody sent him some shit. Like, I guess he must have ordered something offline or something.
Yeah.
Or ordered something from somebody and they sent it to the address. And he was like, yeah, like I think it was a Mary or something like that. And he was just like flexing
Okay.
and posting and like taking a picture of it, but not paying attention. Like probably was high,
Right.
drunk or something. Not peeping that the address is right there on the joint.
Right.
Post the shit to his Instagram.
And these niggas.
Then he outside taking pictures, and he in front of the crib taking pictures with his man. So it's like all throughout that day, they got evidence. Oh, this is what crib. This is the crib. Like they got pictures to add up to the joint. Like you look at this picture, look at the crib. Oh yeah, this is the crib they was in front of right there. Go around the back. Oh yeah, this is the joint. This is the swimming pool he was standing in front of.
Right.
Oh yeah, this must be his room. You know, man, type shit X, Y, and Z. So it was just a motherfucker. Just I don't want to say too comfortable, but he was just comfortable thinking that wasn't nobody.
And it was just what him, his girl.
It was him, his girl. It was a couple other people in the crib. I think they said it was like 4 or 5.
So they didn't shoot his girl.
No, they didn't shoot nobody else.
They didn't shoot nobody else.
He
Just.
was the only one that got shot.
I wonder if the young boy panicked.
I
Like
believe
saw
so.
him running, he panicked.
I believe so.
But 3 times.
But that's why you, as the 20-year-old, gotta have the control of the situation. You should have the gun.
Why is the 15-year-old got the gun?
Nobody else should have a gun but you,
Right.
or whatever the case may be. Like you should have
Right.
2 guns on him, or a gun on him, gun on her. However you want to play it.
Put them in the same spot.
Exactly, but you need to be the control. Like whoever's the most logical thinker need to be the control.
Damn,
Obviously,
bro.
nobody in this motherfucker was logical. But they need to be. That's who
He
need to be
and I bet they're not like poor.
right.
I bet this is on the type time of like cause these ain't
No,
these is just goofballs.
Well, no, they was gang. They was some of them was supposed to be gang members or something like that. Gang.
But they not experienced. Is what I'm saying. When they go home to mommy got a little something. She at least she worked. So when she go to see him in booking in the first part, it's like, what the fuck are you here? And he crying. He weeping. I know he's crying.
They said one of the motherfuckers was bragging about it. That's how they really got, like, they nailing him now. Cause they,
Was it the one that shot him?
yeah, they said the 15-year-old
The
was
15-year-old was bragging.
was telling his cellmate, telling the cellmate that that's why he in there. He killed Pop Smoke.
And niggas is like giving him that.
No, niggas is told on his ass. What you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Boy,
true.
his cellmate is an informant, so he fucking said, life sentence. Yo, I mean, less time on my sentence. Yo, this nigga killed Pop Smoke.
Nigga killed Pop Smoke.
Simple as that. Get me
Damn.
up out of here, man. Like, them niggas is his friends. Some motherfuckers be stupid, man.
Stupid as motherfucker.
Stupid as hell, bro.
Stupid as shit. I seen on a actual documentary a long time ago, just about investigations or whatever. I forget what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a crime scene investigation bull said, "Yo, you can kill anybody and get away with it if you shut the fuck up.
Not to say nothing
If you
and
don't
know what the fuck you doing.
know what the fuck you doing,
there's
shut
no
the
way
fuck
can
up.
get caught.
You
There's no
will
way.
you will never get caught."
There's no way.
Motherfuckers, they said so much of the reason how they catch people is because motherfuckers do not know how to shut the fuck up.
Talk or people don't cut like
They don't cover their bases. They in the Airbnb with the cameras on and shit, face all showing instead of getting masked up.
They not paying attention to the shit. Like maybe they might have caught a nigga right there and just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna react, not looking around to they surround. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not like not properly planning.
Damn,
shit.
man, that's
bro.
fucking sad. That's fucked
Super
up.
sad.
I heard that the guy who actually did kill him was 15. I didn't know they all was young, and he was the main shooter. That's crazy. And then there was only one shooter. Well, damn. But it's the same as like even Nip. The bull who killed Nip was young too. He wasn't 15.
He wasn't that
He was
young.
in his 20s, right?
Yeah, he was like 20.
That's not old.
It ain't old. You right.
That's
it ain't
not
old.
old.
It ain't old, but you ain't dumb.
You not no. You not.
You know what you doing.
You know what you're doing.
Literally
Yes.
know what you doing.
But ego is getting the best of you.
Eagles definitely.
Can I remember the show again? I need to switch that right now.
This mic here? Yeah, it's fucked up.
Our kids know way to try to fix it. Yeah.
I got
Well, okay. Well, let's go into a break.
How long we been on?
How long we been on?
119.
All right, hour and 19. So let's go into a break. I would say we'll try to break for about 10 minutes, and then we'll
I just need to switch the mics.
we'll come back. He got to go to the bathroom. She'll switch the mics. I think I want to give me another drink and some more ice. And we'll be back. It's Word of Mouth Show.
Oh yeah, bro. I wasn't trying to be like on no hype shit when I started like talking loud. But I noticed that if I let you continue on and just like talk, you'll go into like a whole different thing while I was trying to get my topic out or trying to get my point out, and it's like now I done lost where I was even trying to say type of joint. So I just was trying to like get that shit out before I forgot what the fuck I was. You mean I ain't want you to think I was on no like damn you on some extra like you mean on no extra shit like I just want to let you.
Well, respect me more, bro. The fuck?
Ow,
I won shit. Respect my authority.
You got like shut up.
Nah, fuck that, man.
No,
I'm tired of this shit.
Say the shit you
Y'all not gonna keep shutting me the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? I'm him. He is me.
That won't shut the fuck up.
And I
I'm trying to say something.
am him.
So wait a minute. So alright, now we got another. Oh, you back on? Not back on. Not yet,
I
right?
don't think so. Hold that.
Please, no. Alright. Tell our business.
He is me.
Y'all was out there the whole time?
Schoolboy Q. I think he probably wider than you, but yeah. But those are the same glasses in his hat, yeah.
His hat is my fucking hat. I've been wearing buckets before fucking Schoolboy Q came out. What the fuck is you talking about?
That don't mean he was wearing them before he was wearing them.
How you know?
I don't know. I said that doesn't mean that though.
I could have been. That could be a persona
This side
for
is
him.
like stuffed in your glasses.
That's how it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Oh, alright, that's cool.
This joint like that.
It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be like that, but I mean, it's
Just
cool.
like that.
I mean, it's smooth. You
Man,
put
I
skull
feel
on your head.
I feel like Music Soul Child from
You get
01.
your. You feel like music soul child. Feel like music soul child.
Motherfucking beat up. You see this, man? These creators had a few little work there.
He be getting y'all shit custom.
Man, he be lacing the hood. You think I'm something? Go to fucking Voodoo.
Yeah.
Voodoo got everything I got and more, bro. Everything I got. Like, he got this in blue and like red, black. He got, hey, bro, he got
He
hella
putting
shit.
y'all names on the shit too.
Yeah.
I thought.
I mean, if you ask for it. Like, he did, this was a hat and a short set.
Oh, okay.
The shorts had my name on it too, along with the hat. So it was like a name.
I'm gonna start pieing like this, nigga.
That's cool. Shit,
Start
I don't see
pieing
why
like
not.
this, nigga.
Correct.
Fuck, nigga. Saying.
Like that's a cool look, and you ain't gotta worry about them saying they can't see you.
That's what I'm saying. They can fucking.
You ain't even say nothing this time though.
What did I say? I said I have to add the mics back.
Right.
Y'all can talk about whatever, but no, I have to add the mics back.
But
Which
you
y'all
never
voted for.
said we back.
And no, I was still back. You wasn't all the way back yet. I was still kissing the
We like
Is we
halfway
back
back.
now?
We still got 4 people.
people can hear you.
Good
We
Lord
still got
have
4
mercy.
people.
Please, fans, forgive
Damn.
us. For
We
the
got at least
technical
2.
difficulties. We are
One of them is you though.
getting it together.
Damn.
Damn. We got two, and one of us,
We
one
got
of them is
one.
the producer.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
me,
man.
not me. Don't be playing.
Shut up. Shut up. We got more fans than y'all, god damn it. I'm gonna turn y'all phones off one week. See if we get some fucking views. Some
Yeah,
other people.
man.
God damn, we ain't gonna keep making it seem like those are the only 2 people that watch our show.
I'm tired of that shit.
Fuck that.
We got subscribers now. God damn it.
You mean?
Niggas is gonna watch. We gotta start promoting before.
I gotta do a little
We gotta start
footwork, man.
promoting, but it gotta be. I've been thinking about the right formula. Like,
But no, that shit you did today was good money. That Applebee's shit, I liked that. The shit you did with the, didn't you say you told the waiter? That's what it was?
oh yes.
I'm like, yeah, that's good shit.
I was about to say what?
Like, I was just in lids having a full blown conversation with 3 other dudes, and I never said nothing about it. We was talking about hats and putting like they can customize your hats and shit as lids and shit. That shit tough. But
Reese, turn your mic up.
when I found that out,
And
I
switch it to
mean,
the other thing.
Not the butt.
Nah, I don't remember the other one.
All right, it's the circle.
It's a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Then turn your
circle the heart and the button.
Turn it up. All right, it's up.
Give me a second. No, I give me.
Gotta get there. I understand.
But yeah, that was I feel like that was a great idea. So I gotta start doing that same shit. Like when we just out in the regular world, grab
Yeah.
something to eat, we have a small conversation. Yo, you watch podcasts? You listen to podcasts?
I know you like podcasting.
Check this joint out.
Subscribe to this podcast, man. Subscribe to my shit.
Every Saturday,
Come fuck with us.
you know.
Yeah, you know, it's I do that. I do that from time. Like I said, Boy actually started the conversation with me, asked me if I was a rapper or whatever, and I said I'm also a podcaster.
Right. That's-
So I can't take full credit for that because I did say it,
I mean,
but
you-
I didn't just initiate
he
the
didn't
conversation
ask-
off
I'm not
that.
saying he didn't ask you about the podcast.
He didn't ask me about the podcast. That's true,
He
but
could have just been like, "Yeah, I'm a rapper," and left it at that.
and left it at that.
But she was like,
Right?
"Damn,
Yeah.
I'm a
Nah.
rapper."
I'm telling
I
people.
got you a
Yeah,
subscribe.
give yourself some initiative, man. You took that step and thought
Goddamn
about that.
right.
You
Yeah.
welcome.
She didn't even do anything. What did you do,
She gave you the idea before you knew it, subconsciously.
bro?
Subconscious mind, bro.
Go
I
ahead.
was out here because one, he fucked up the drink,
You know what I'm saying?
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you didn't even hear Bull what he was saying.
I couldn't hear him.
You know what I'm
So I
saying?
had to help you out with
He
that.
had his
Come
mask
on,
on
see?
and a face
And
shield.
then
You
you
trying-
like, oh. And I'm like, see,
Try to make it seem like the queen ain't help you.
I'm always here.
Come
I'm
on,
always
man.
in the background doing shit.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you heard of me.
Yeah, I know. Just like the Dre's. Just like the Dre's, yeah.
She didn't help. She did this. She did this. I was
on, man.
out yesterday with these on. It felt like new beats, boy.
I knew it.
It felt the cushion.
When I
The
turned around and
cushion
looked at it, I
feels
said,
good.
Damn.
Woo!
I'm really mad that I didn't notice. shit rebuilds your fucking beats. Cause
From
I
the-
would have fucking
From
done
the
it.
ground up, baby.
Like, what? I had some all black on black. Like,
Not only can you
this
switch them
was
out,
black, this was
if you go and look in the right places like
Right.
Amazon, they got psychedelic colors and patterns and
that's some
all kinds of shit, characters and shit.
I'm highly upset.
You can do one side one color, another side another color. If you get good at it, like better than good at it like she is.
Right.
I was about to say better than me.
Word.
But that
Get
brings
good at it. You can swap them out with your outfits.
facts. Okay.
Swap them out with your outfits. Now
Yeah,
you
it's
make
a
your
little-
beats
it's a little
part
deep.
as an accessory part of your outfit.
Facts.
Woo.
Right.
Yeah.
But you saying psychedelic, that brings me to another point that I wanted to talk about.
Get with me, brother.
I was watching this interview on Say Cheese where it was a girl that was speaking about how she was psychic. Now she was psychic and she could speak to the afterlife and stuff like that.
Speak to dead people.
Right. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that it's more of a hoax, or do you think that it's actually people that can tap into their inner self and tap in and they have potential powers or potential abilities to do things such as those things?
I think it's bullshit.
All bullshit. Like, you don't think nobody ever could?
I think it's all bullshit.
So
I think it's all bullshit. I think with certain drugs, I think with certain things that do stuff to your brain that you may hallucinate, you may hear sounds, you may see visions. I think those things I think your emotions can dictate what you might see and feel,
right.
and depending on who you are and what you may already believe, what you may already feel, may lead you to a already pre-made conclusion maybe. Now don't get me wrong, if somebody comes with proof,
I was about to say that.
I'm not like
Like
if somebody showed me proof, no, fuck that.
but no,
I'm not like that
I was
about
about to
stuff.
say if it was to be some shit like they was to say something about somebody that you know that passed away
Right.
that only you and this person knew.
Then I would, yeah. Then like I said, I'm open,
Right.
but I've seen nothing that,
It's convincing.
except for what was it, Catfish? We watched the episode of Catfish where the girl was a psychic, and that was like fun because it seemed like but I don't believe in that kind of shit.
I'm like, cause catfish
Personally.
is kind of like it's scripted.
Very very scripted.
Yeah.
I don't want to say scripted. I don't know if it's scripted, semi-scripted. Mine or his?
I'm like,
It's the top one in the bed. I good. But yeah, and especially because I'm atheist agnostic.
Right.
So
And that was the reason why I wanted to ask you that question.
so for me, the afterlife or what happens when you die is one, up for grabs, but two, if it's like, well, what do you think? You don't know, right? That's
Nobody-
the agnostic, of course, but that's my agnostic part. Is me acknowledging the agnostic part is I acknowledging I don't know.
right.
But if it's like, what do you think? I think it's, for me, it's nothing. It's like void, nothingness.
You think we just
It's
sleep
over,
and
lights
just-
out. Yep, over, lights out, it's done. That's what I think.
So you don't think? Well, so you don't think people had spirits?
Don't think so.
So, what do you think that that voice in your head that is at times telling you,
Intuition and stuff like that.
right?
Um,
You don't think that's something else?
this is what I think, right? So,
Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm like, it's times where you hear that, but you go with your own free will.
sure.
So I feel like you don't think that like that's something or
me ask you a question. If something like that is only predicated and dictated by what you already know, like what you've already know and experienced, doesn't that lessen the power that that thing should have? Meaning, thank you. Sorry. Meaning, if let's say you pick any person's dead relative, right? I won't take shit from movies, but because everybody thinks of it as movie shit.
Right. Because I mean, that's all you really can base
that's
it
all
on.
you really base it on.
Yeah, like,
If you assume of a spirit something that isn't bound to the rules of our natural world, then our physical world, then you would assume that that thing could also be not bound to things, to time.
right.
So it's like, why not help in more meaningful ways?
Well,
For example,
go
ahead. One of your best home, like you take any person's friend, right? They best homie, right? Y'all both good together, y'all in your 20s, blah blah blah. That person passes away.
Right.
They know you love your mother, your mom's struggling to pay the bills, you struggling, you got two baby mothers, you struggling to make ends meet.
Right.
Right? Instead of giving you talking to you about selfish shit or about whatever type of movie shit, give you some fucking lottery numbers. Give you some lottery numbers.
But
Because and I know how it sounds
Right.
when I say that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this thing would be a much it would impede and impact on your life in a way that could be much larger than the stuff that like people discuss.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course it could be, oh, you know, a girl whose girlfriend or mother passed away. She on her way home from work, and she don't know her baby father or her boyfriend. She don't know that she's driving home into an ass whooping. And maybe intuition or the spirit may say, you know what? Don't go home tonight.
Right.
But you ignore that. If I'm the spirit and I have full control in my spirit form, what is it that I'm doing that's so much more important that I can only give you this, but I can't fully be like, hey, yo, bitch, you walking into an ass whooping. Go the other way. And I know it sounds immature by the way I'm saying
I feel
it.
what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is that leads me to believe, or that for me, it doesn't garner me any like it you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I always feel like, why would ghosts do ghost shit?
But I feel like you're not.
Move little shit, they drop a fucking thing. Why ghosts gotta do movie ghost
But I
shit?
feel like you're not giving them enough credit because it's like, why you don't think that they gotta do more, or why you don't think that they have rules? Like maybe just like how God is not able to interject on our free will, we still have our own will. Like we,
If I'm going with the, not to cut you off, bro, if I'm going with the notion that God gave us free will,
right, and
then
it's
I'm
up to
going
us.
with the notion that God is God, and that He can do whatever
Right.
He's choosing to give us free will. I have a big issue with the notion of God.
Right.
I do, right?
What I'm saying as far as the rules, if he's given us free will and that they're not allowed
To have free will.
or interject in our free will,
Right.
isn't it your fault that now you didn't listen to that voice that told you not to go home tonight, or that told you to go down this road, or because it's to so and so house get some food. Well, I want to go to so and so house see what they doing. But you ignore that. So that's two things that you just
Could
ignore.
be. That's it.
Then it can
That's
be a
a
text message where it's like, shorty, like, what you doing? Can you come through that day? You like, I'm tired.
True.
So now that's three things that you just ignored.
Right, and you ignored it
And then
because
you-
then you went in the house, you got to the bullshit.
Exactly. So I think I feel what you're saying, and I mean,
Yeah.
no, like you said, nobody knows. And the thing, as far as about the ghost shit, like them doing ghost shit, I think I feel like TV really waters that down, because then it almost becomes like a joke, or like they done showed it enough to the point where we feel that it's a joke. Like it's it can't be real. Like it's always gotta be explanation. Like if you just come to somebody's house and they be like, yo, this fucking cup is moving on its own. You come in and shit moving on its own. You gonna instantly say it gotta be an explanation for that.
Yes.
You're not gonna say, dang, that is weird. You gonna like, oh, that's an explanation. You got some type of motorized shit, some string,
It's a bug under it.
something, because
It's a
the
draft.
TV
Yeah.
has watered it down so much. So I feel like that's part of the reason it's playing.
But you know what though? For me, even people who are super devout and believe in ghosts and all that shit,
Right.
when you let them talk, when you just let them talk and let them give you whatever they want to give you, it's not necessarily evil movie shit, but it's still movie TV shit. It's still bumping the nights. It's still, they drop the pin. It's still, oh, this person is giving me, it's a jacket. It's a blue jacket.
If you was trying to hide in plain sight, what would you do? The shit that you already know that niggas is not gonna believe. You already know they're not believing niggas off this shit.
Right.
Because when I was alive, they wasn't believing niggas off this shit. I wasn't believing niggas off this shit.
Right.
So now that I see that I can do the shit,
Right.
I ain't gonna believe you, bitch. Go ahead, tell them. Go ahead, tell them. At night, I hear whispers and creaks in my house. You like, man, bitch, close the window. It's a
Also,
draft.
and
Like,
another
you know
thing
what I'm saying?
too, it's always at night. It's never when the whole party is here, everybody is over, and they fucking change the channel
But
a bunch of different times. Like how Bumblebee on the Transformers
Right.
talk.
Right.
They
Yeah,
don't
like you
change the
change the
channel
radio
on the
and shit
TV.
like that.
Yeah, they don't do that a bunch of times to
But
be
my
like,
thing is
I'm a
this.
ghost and I'm in the party with y'all niggas.
But my thing is this: how would you react? Or how would you think the world would react if they figured out that
It would be panic, but there would be no question.
No, it would be panic and there would be no question. But then human would be trying to do what?
They would try.
Figure out a way
They
to
would
bottle this shit up.
Of course.
Or figure out a way to be able. Like they're gonna fuck with shit.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't want your shit fucked with, just like a cult.
True.
What you do? Anytime somebody says something about a cult or bring up cult shit, it's like, really, nigga?
So then,
You seen naked motherfuckers in the woods?
so then I have to ask you. What is the point in you doing anything? Because if you trying to stop Sally from going home to get her ass whooped, but you can only do so much, and 9 times out of 10, Sally going home to get her ass whooped, what the fuck is the point at that? At that point, what really is it?
Because nothing beats a failure but trying. So it's like, it's times that we still, it's times we listen to those,
True.
it's times we listen to those inner voices.
True, it is
We
time.
say,
It is
man,
time.
fuck that. I want these chicken wings. I'm going with these fucking chicken wings. You go get these chicken wings, next thing you know, you go to your regular route home, it's a fucking pile up. And you like, dang. Thank God I don't got these fucking chicken wings, because it's like, or
Right.
I'd have been caught up in this bullshit. Because I was just thinking 15 minutes ago, come straight home, but then I got caught up in the chicken spot. Then this nigga was taking long with my order.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes
I'm
it
not-
works, sometimes it don't. It's a gamble.
I'm not denying it. I'm not saying, but I just,
Yeah,
it ain't. You know, I would need concrete.
It's a stretch. I just
In my
Your ancestors don't talk.
Your ancestors don't talk to you.
They don't.
But I just feel like
No, they do. I just don't listen.
I just feel like
Ever.
That's
Some-
why they don't. They get
Every day they tell me eat a salad. I don't never do it.
There you go.
I don't never do it.
see that's
I should do it.
that's a problem because.
But then when I do it, I be happy.
Exactly.
I be happy I did it.
listen,
You do.
it's
But like
it
when
be,
I
it,
don't do it,
it'll make you happy. It's gonna give you more energy. It's gonna
They
like.
don't listen. See, they
I'm
try.
just saying, because you don't want it to become a problem. Like now that you got, like now the doctor's telling you, no, nigga, you gotta eat this shit.
Yeah.
If you eat this other shit,
you gonna
X,
die.
Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So you don't want it to get to that point where you.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So,
And you can say, yeah, okay.
so I would say
Well,
just.
I listen more now.
I would say
than I did in the
right.
past.
I was about to say I would listen more than I used to. Right. That's what
I
would
listen
say.
more now to that point
But yeah,
than I did in the past.
Because God forbid, man. Like I don't know why I've been saying this lately, but it's just something that's resonated with me. Where it's like I noticed that life is a game of choices. Sometimes when you pick the wrong choice, sometimes it's a lesson where you get to pop on the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that shit is fatal.
Sometimes it's over.
Sometimes you can't get a do-over.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like we need to start acknowledging that more and start listening to that inner person because it's like they never steering us wrong. Like, give me a time where you listen to that inner voice and it was wrong. I can't really think of a
But that's
time.
it. But I don't necessarily agree because I could say, I don't know what. We was just talking about me being shitty to one of the exes I had or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And this particular girl was she was good at making money, but she had some issues when it came to sex.
Right.
And I need to be fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say an inner voice told me to stay with her, and I stayed with her, and I ended up, getting everything I want monetarily,
Right.
because she was going to buy it,
Right.
but I'm miserable in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Versus me knowing I don't want that, no voice telling me
Right.
I don't want that, me knowing I don't want that,
Right.
and then making my decision on that front, and then ending up where I ended up at,
Right.
which is much better, than much light years better
Mm-hmm.
than that situation could ever have been.
Right.
So there was no, so in that sense, a voice could have, meaning if you have a choice in mind,
Mm-hmm.
there's a part of you that wants to do this and a part of you that wants to do this.
Right.
How do you in that moment decide which one is the voice and which one isn't the voice? Maybe this side is the voice and is leading you to the bad thing
Right.
that you didn't listen to.
No, that was the voice. What you heard was the voice staying with her. It was just everything ain't always for you, bro. You
A lot
selfish.
of things ain't for me.
Everything ain't always for you. Sometimes it's a message. Right, I'm like, sometimes it's a message for her. Sometimes because you don't want to, and that's why it's not going to tell you. That's why the voice in your head is not going to say, yeah, this is not for you. It's for you to help this girl get through this.
Be a blessing
this
for
part.
her.
Exactly. It's not
Right.
going to tell you that because then you can be like, nigga, what? Man, fuck this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We
So
could have did that as friends.
but what it is,
They wanted me to be her nigga.
right. It was a lesson for her because I'm sure once you finally told her like I can't do this, you told her why you can't do this.
Oh, she
And,
knew.
and I'm sure that she took that to that next relationship where it was like, damn, well, I did have this good nigga last time, and now I got another good nigga, and he said I wasn't fucking enough. All right, now I know I make enough money. He said the money and everything wasn't a problem. But my fuck, let me try to get into my fucking mood, or try to get into my sexual side. So like, you know what I'm saying, you could have helped her out on that shit. Now she probably could be married, or probably on her way to being married. Because
I hope so.
yeah, I'm like, we don't know.
Child, I hope so.
Like, you know what I'm saying? She probably, this relationship, I'm sure you talk to her, you probably bump into her years later, I'm sure she's going to tell you, your relationship is probably what turn her around. So,
Mad people have told me that.
I'm telling you, bro.
Damn!
I'm trying
one's a hater.
I'm trying to.
Mad people have told me that.
Yeah, because honesty is key, bro.
Honesty
But
is
sometimes you're not supposed to be honest right then and there. Because sometimes people can't handle it.
Can't take that.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you what if you told her as soon as y'all fuck, you can't fuck, bitch. And then it's like, man, the bitch want to jump off a roof.
Right.
Like, what if she was suicidal?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you was her only piece in that time in life?
Yeah.
So, like, you mean, you just never know. It's a bigger picture. The shit all the time, bro. Always, man.
Yeah. For me to honestly give like the stuff that we can't measure,
Right. See,
measure and see a change. I need to be able to measure it. I need proof. I don't know. And I understand what I was gonna say before. The older I get, the
Right.
more I understand that that's what it is for me, and that it's enough. I don't need other people to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm perfectly fine kicking it and being cool with people who
I know
don't
that.
feel and think that. But it's
what
just
I'm over here thinking is, I hope you don't have a scary ass encounter. Where
Oh, with a ghost?
Yeah, like you driving up to the fucking Poconos or something
right.
in the wintertime and you just chilling listening to J. Cole and the motherfucker just in the middle of the road and you, whoa, the fuck? Go look in the mirror, ain't shit back there. And it's like, hold on.
Nigga.
I ain't this sleepy. Like, hold up, bro. Like, what would you blame that on? Like,
I'm bitching.
okay.
It's immediately a ghost.
Right.
It's immediately some bullshit. I'm bitching.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta get the fuck out of here. If I was sleepy before,
Right.
I'm up now.
Right, I'm wide awake.
I'm
now.
wide awake now,
Yeah,
and I'm going home.
And it should be so crazy because it's like when you hear them stories, it's always on the road where there's no cameras. I mean,
Ghost shit.
but
I want a
sometimes-
ghost. If a ghost is real, hold on, bro. If a ghost is real, I want a ghost to come to us and do some ghost shit while it's a cookout, a party,
Right.
and everybody is all in the room. We all playing motherfucking what's that game? Everybody put a catchphrase. We all playing catchphrase, and that motherfucker just pull down the ceiling fan or keep changing. Yeah, not this house.
But I'm like,
Somebody else's house.
But I'm like,
Somebody else's house.
but they got videos where it's like unexplanatory shit.
But don't nobody be in the room.
But no, it be people. It's videos where there's people in the room and weird shit just happened. It's like
I don't see him. I gotta see him.
I'm trying. Alright.
I gotta see him.
Like I told you, I'm a YouTube bull, so I'm always watching top 10 animal texts, top 10 ghosts and cats. Like I'm always watching.
Yo,
I always watch
so
shit like that.
funny,
I'm
dog.
an animal boy. You keep saying that.
Bro, it's so funny because I'm just learning mad shit about you. You know? Like I feel like I've known Al for so many years, but it's mad shit I'm just learning about you. Like,
Right. That's my shit.
I had no idea, but okay. Listen, like I said, I'll be willing to, you know. I've gone to a palm reader.
Okay.
I've gone to a palm reader before. Actually, I was on a date with your old homegirl, and we went to go see a palm reader.
But you won't go with me. You was a piece of shit.
Listen, and how did that
That
work
shit was
out?
bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, why you
I
said
was-
she was just saying basic shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember what she said.
Grandma misses you, or not to say that.
You know how you be like, go ahead.
Right.
What's up? I'm waiting on you, bitch. You the psychic.
She ain't had nothing for you.
Psychic me, bitch.
That's because you go on with that type of energy.
I'm not. You gotta be open a little bit. Though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Why I gotta be open? Your powers don't work if I'm not open.
If you close
You're not
down.
gonna-
You can't psychic me because I don't believe it.
No, yeah,
The forces of nature cut off when I walk in.
into your life, bro. It's not just she can just rummage into your shit. It's gotta be an acceptance thing. It gotta be a two-way street.
Go ahead, tell me. I'm
It's
listening.
anything. That's-
You lie. You
I gotta tell you shit
No,
so you can tell
no,
me shit.
I'm saying you gotta
Yeah,
be
okay.
accepted. You gotta say I'm ready for this
Right.
or whatever. I never
You
been.
gotta be
All right,
open.
dig this.
done
Let's have an experiment.
Okay.
Let's have an experiment. We'll find, if we can, somebody who do cards or read palms or whatever,
Please.
and we'll see if she could come here.
Oh,
No.
come here.
We'll see if she could come here
No.
on the show, and we'll talk with her. I'll let her read my shit.
too much.
She can do why?
I don't. Cause I don't want to know about my shit.
Yeah, you too. I'm going first.
Let me go through my shit. Just
A
how I'm
me-
going through
You
my
want to find
shit.
a medium, or you want to find like just a like
I don't wanna know about nothing.
a tarot card reader?
I thought the tarot card girls be reading your palm too. They don't do both.
Comment, just let me find.
I want
out
a
and
powerful
happen.
John who
None
could
of
do
that.
a whole bunch of things.
No.
Find one of them. Find one of them. Preferably black.
We go to Baton Rouge then, man.
And bring
They
us
all
food.
down there doing that down there, man.
Well, I'm going to New Orleans.
They all down
You was
Baton
going to New
Rouge.
Orleans.
They all down there doing the voodoo and stuff like that, the palm reading.
And I want them to read Owl too.
Dude.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Thank
You got to support the show.
Only thing I want them
We
to
got a
practice me
podcast to do.
is what's my purpose in life. If they tell me that,
I'll get a reading.
I don't want to know.
Nigga. So they can tell you some. So they can tell you some
I don't want
bullshit
them to tell
about your purpose is to love and to experience. Like that's everybody's fucking purpose.
And that's
It
what
ain't no purpose. You
that's what I
create a
supposed to get.
purpose,
That's what I from
man.
it.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It
I'm
might
gonna be the most difficult.
It might be that I'm supposed to touch the youth. It might be that I'm supposed to touch the people my age. It might be that I'm supposed to lead older people than me. You never know. So I'm gonna ask if they give me whatever they give me, I'm going with it.
And
I'm
then
at
you give
least
viewers ever
think
seen
about
had a reading done?
No.
How the fuck I'm supposed to know what the viewers had done?
That's what the viewer said.
How the fuck I'm supposed to know what the
I thought she
viewers?
said that
She just.
Ask them
I thought she said.
Oh,
the viewers
if anybody
asked
had a
me.
read done, let us know.
in their experience.
Yeah.
Because you just closed-minded.
Yeah.
I'm not being closed. I walked in there. How much more open-minded you need? You need me to motherfucking
Just go in there and
Yeah,
accept whatever she give me.
That she really
If
not
you
lying.
believe it or not, you
I
can
wanna
say how you want.
feel the power.
What?
You don't feel
this
the
ain't
you ain't
fucking
brought
X-Men,
from
bro. What the
kids.
fuck you
Nah,
talking about?
bro.
What?
She
You
better
power.
like I gotta walk in
Like
there
she
and she gotta be
generator.
like
I
she
know.
gotta be like
Bitch,
where
you no
you
generator,
from? Where'd you grow up? What's your name? What your mama name is? You know what I'm saying? I gotta give her my whole life story so she can just flip it and tell me
Just
the
give your
shit
ID.
back.
All you gotta do is give your ID. Don't
That's
even-
all I'ma
next
do.
time- Next time, don't even say that. Just give your ID.
That's
She
what I
say,
wanna do.
Where you
I
from?
don't
Y'all
even
just
have
slide your ID like that.
I went to a lady, she just asked me my name and then like told me all this stuff.
Exactly.
But
I was
she the
about to say-
psychic. Why she gotta ask you your name?
She ain't said
The psychic power should tell her your name.
No, it ain't that deep.
When you
want
walk
some-
in.
You want some movie shit.
Exactly.
You want this shit to be like a movie, so then when the shit is like a movie, you can be like, oh, this some movie shit.
Dominique went, she said it was BS. Dominique, you wasn't open-minded. That's why.
I'm with Dominique on it. Fuck out of here.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not
some,
gonna keep getting
I
me
ain't
with the
gonna lie,
banana
some
in the
videos-
tailpipe.
Some videos I watch on YouTube, some of them feel like bullshit. Some of them feel like these motherfuckers don't got no reason to lie. Like they. But then it's like you kind of do because you gain my view. So it's like, and then I look at the views, how many other views they got. So it'd be
Man,
it's-
motherfuckers in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so real.
and but then again, a lot
Yeah,
of
the
times
money
the
they made
platforms
is
they
real.
be on, niggas just be you know them clickbait titles.
Yeah.
They so and so came, like the one joint I was watching today. She said King Von came to her 16 times. Whole time
Yeah.
she was talking. She said that, but she was talking about a whole bunch of other shit before she got that.
Of course.
It's like they talk to that to make you fucking. I mean,
Right.
they say that to
They
make
say
you
that
click the shit.
make you click the shit.
So I mean, what she was saying, it sounded like it could be possible. I don't know, cause I don't know her. I don't know how truthful she is.
And then what do the
Shit like
spirits
that.
be doing, right?
Maybe no, they really what
Like
they
peep,
do.
like okay, peep game.
Seriously,
It's
they don't answer that many questions.
What the people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they on interviews, they don't talk. They don't tell you what the spirits tell you. They tell you this. What they do is they tell you.
it's
They tell you who
darkness
came.
around
No, they
it.
tell you who came and seen them,
Mhm.
and they tell you maybe who they told them to tell something to, or what they like something that they said like what she said about King Von was King Von told her to tell something to his sister, not the joint Kayla, but one of his other sisters. I don't know which one, but she didn't let it be known because I guess they didn't want people to be hounding her DMs and inboxes or whatever the case may be. And he said something to her that only them two knew. And then she said that he said that he didn't trust nobody from his old life and shit like that. So it's like 6 one way, half a dozen. You know what I mean? Like that's a like a almost like a universal thing. But it's like her facial expression was just like Like she ain't have nothing. Like she ain't really have nothing to really lie for. Like, I don't know, bro.
Okay,
That was
listen.
just what I was getting from it. I just
I
really
think
felt
we
like
gonna
she
be
ain't
one of
have
the we get a lady become. We gonna be one of the people crying
No, the fuck I'm
and
not.
everything because of all the stuff she gonna say.
She ain't gonna say that.
That right there might freak me out more than anything. If she had you crying, bro, that might freak me out more than her telling me any psychic shit, anything. I might be like, yo, I can't handle this. I'm out. Bro.
Yeah.
You know some voodoo shit. You got my man over here crying. I ain't never seen this nigga cry. Like, I'm out. Like, I don't ever seen you cry, bro. Real shit. Like, no bullshit. I mean, but maybe it's because we was never around each other in sad times, but
It's because I'm a motherfucking gangster.
I ain't never seen you cry.
I'm a motherfucking gangster.
I-
She a hater, and I'm a motherfucking gangster.
Why your voice gotta change?
Cause gangsters don't have to yell.
Yeah.
Real gangsters don't have to tell the world. They just gotta remind a motherfucker every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Lies.
But yeah, nah, man. Like, it ain't nothing
Too convincing out there that got you beat.
that I seen. No,
So I mean,
No.
maybe we just need to
I'm like I said. I'm bring her here. Whatever her rate is, we'll pay her rate.
right.
Precious will pay her, and we'll do it. Like I'm willing to do it. We'll do it.
I'm gonna say only sometimes
Fine.
I be nervous. I be hesitant on that shit only because I definitely believe in dark spirits, like evil spirits, and I know a lot of people carry them. You know? It's like, I don't want that. I don't want her to come here and say she doing some good shit, and then shutting them fucking evil spirits off on us. Like, I don't
Your house.
I don't have time.
Cleanse your house.
I mean,
How you know how you know the dark spirits ain't following me?
They did.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't get that aura from you. Like for me, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I get vibes from people.
Oh, okay.
I get vibes from people. I don't say it all the time,
Right.
but I get vibes from people, and for the most part, if I get that vibe from you, I'm gonna fall back.
What vibe you get? What vibe?
You my man, bro. You good money. You ain't into no bullshit. You ain't trying to be into no bullshit.
I'm in
You ain't
the
looking for
bullshit.
it. No, you ain't.
I'm a
You ain't
gangster.
looking for no bullshit. Bullshit come to your door, you ain't gonna know what you gonna like. What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What out of the 17 gangster things do I
All
pick?
I know,
14.
all I know
Kill
is that
them all.
you a hardworking man, businessman.
Talk about that.
You
Talk about that.
You ain't no bull. Like you ain't on no. Like I said, you ain't on no bullshit.
No, I don't bullshit.
You trying to get shit done.
I
I admire that. And I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm trying to kill that. I'm trying to kill these haters except for Precious.
I'm always
Precious the hater though.
always on board though, bro. Like you know, real shit, man.
No, I feel you. I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I'm just talking shit.
I be like I got a few people that I know. Like it's like you just know they be on bullshit. It's like you love them from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, bro, but I'm gonna keep on moving this way. I mean, we chop it up for a little second, but I ain't ready to stay with you for too long.
Well, okay. Did you have more topics?
That was my third
That was
final
the
topic.
one?
Yes,
That
sir.
was the one.
That was the
Do you want to do you I know you don't really like anything about
topics.
Joe Budden,
Oh,
but do you want to talk about the stuff that went on this week? Because it was pretty big in the podcast.
You could definitely inform me because I didn't. I know I was supposed to research on it and I didn't. I apologize.
It was quite a bit. So, what I hate is when problems
tell
are.
me what happened real quick.
No, I'm about to.
Oh,
I'm about to.
okay.
I'm about to. I'm just opening it up.
Alright.
I hate when a problem arises, and the shit is happening,
Mm-hmm.
and then the problem sort of resolves itself before we get to the podcast.
Mm.
I hate that. I fucking hate that. Because then I gotta contemplate on do I want to even discuss it now.
Right.
So, what happened was this. To be transparent, I am a subscriber to his podcast
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, so I will say that up front. So, what happened was this. Last week, he fired his co-hosts on air. They
Right.
were not in studio. but the podcast was they were recording the podcast, and he was going through his diatribe, and he fired them, fired both of them, and he had a lot of reasons, a lot of stuff. So previously it had been so much, like, you can listen to the pod, watch the pod, and you can feel tension. People have been complaining like it ain't, something ain't right. It don't feel as good. Right. The chemistry is off. Everything is weird. It's a lot of tension. And one of the hosts, like, they have been talking about, like, fighting each other. Like, playful, but you know how something is playful but it's a little bit serious, and it keep coming up. It was kind of like that. So apparently behind the scenes there were a lot of complaints going on. This is his words. So he said, listen, it's a lot of emotions, it's a lot of stuff going on. Yo, why don't you take some time off from the pod? Quick little 2 days or something like that. Right. And let's go to our corners, see what happens. They took off a month. He told one of them to take off, and the other one told him, if you telling him not to come, I'm not coming. I'm not playing without him. Right. So whatever type of bullshit you trying to pull or bullshit you trying to do, you're not doing it this way. Right. I'm not coming. So neither one of them came for a full month. He did episodes throughout. So one episode he did with just people that's always in the room, right? And it was fine, but you can tell it was a step down. It was fine. I found it okay, but after that and moving forward, he brought in 2 other friends, right? And in my opinion, it was better. And when you go through and read the comments, it was better. People were saying, I like this. I want this. So, that went on for about a month. Then it was like, okay, they came back, the 2 original hosts. And then it's like, okay, we're going to be transparent. We're going to be open. We're going to talk about the shit. There was not a lot of transparency. It was not a lot of shit open. They talked about some of the issues, but they couldn't really come to anything concrete. And then after that, they did another pod, and it just wasn't the same. So they took a break again, and on that break is when he fired him. Like, he said, you are in breach of your contract, and you are fired. You are not welcome back on the pod. Fired him. Well, that happened. News went everywhere. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. If you didn't have a beef with some people who even got beef with Joe, everybody talked about it. Kevin Hart had some comments. It was being talked about. Well, the 2 co-hosts, they did their own little pod, and they put that out, and they did a thing where they went through point by point and set the record straight. And so originally Joe was saying that most of this is because of accounting. They want to see the accounting, but y'all are employees. Go to your job and ask your boss to open his books up and show you his books. Right. He's not doing that. LeBron can't go to the Lakers, to the head motherfucker at the Lakers, and tell him to open his books up.
That might have been the wrong person.
He don't own the Lakers.
But he got that kind of power.
So okay, but
say somebody else. Just say somebody else.
Say somebody else. Anybody else?
Just anybody else. Just not LeBron. Because LeBron got that type of power.
Okay.
Where it's like,
that's because LeBron, your man.
But no, Nick, bro, just pay attention. He got that type of power, bro. Where it's like, if y'all ain't doing what I'm saying doing, or y'all ain't doing how I say.
Kevin Durant.
He another one. If he want to look in the Brooklyn Nets book, money, show me.
Precious. Man's not a ball playing now.
Say anybody, Moneybag Yo. He can't go to CMG and say, "Let me see your books."
You can't go to CMG and say, "Let me
There you
see
go.
your books."
There you go. Sorry,
So-
Moneybag Yo, if I'm disrespecting you. I ain't trying to disrespect. That was the first name popped in my head. Go ahead.
The hierarchy is the hierarchy.
Right.
Well, when they put their pod out,
Mm-hmm.
they said, "We are not employees." When we signed our contract, when everybody signed, we signed as percentage based.
Partners, basically, right?
Basically, we signed as percentage based. He owns the IP, the intellectual property,
Right.
but they get paid per percentage, which means I'm supposed to see the books.
Right.
I'm supposed
To
to.
make sure you ain't cheating me on my money.
Exactly. So there were times when they did receive, let's say,
Statements.
statements. They did receive stuff.
Right.
Rory was saying that one of his complaints was whenever we would receive accounting, it was just in Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. That's not enough.
Right.
You can plug any numbers in a spreadsheet and just say these is the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, at one point, the numbers y'all gave me, I gave to my accountant, and we found a $400,000 mistake.
So like $400,000 is missing.
They said a $400,000 mistake. I don't know what that means.
Right.
Rory says he took it back to them. They agreed to it. Took it back to the accounting firm that Joe has for the whole network.
Right.
He says they agreed to it. Well, afterwards, it's a lot of back and forth at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, Joe says there was no $400,000 mistake. That's not true.
Gotta talk to them.
Gotta talk to them. It's a lot of back and forth.
Right.
What you end up with is and eventually Joe does admit not only did he handle it wrong, but his leadership was really bad.
Terrible. Yeah.
His leadership was terrible.
'Cause he should have been on top of it.
He should have been on top of it. He said even if he said in his everything in his books, everything per what he knows, they are incorrect.
Right.
Right? But if that's the case, and you have not done your due diligence to make sure that they are in understanding of what you have, you are being a bad leader.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where he fucked up at.
Yeah.
Right? He admitted to that. So
Because basically he didn't give. He was on some like, fuck y'all got y'all money. I got. Or y'all get what y'all get.
one of the things he mentioned, he kept saying it, and it is understandable to a degree, is he said, y'all, not only are y'all getting paid, he said, y'all in the top 1% of podcasts, period. Of A mics, period.
I'm still missing money. I'm missing money.
They don't know what they missing.
But you said $400.
$400,000
was.
But that was years ago.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently it got fixed. We don't know, right? It could have just been plugging the wrong number here, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean that the money was actually
That's
missing.
possible, but still, what if that's what's missing?
But they
That's
said that the problem was
$200,000 between
fixed.
The two of us is missing.
Yes, of course.
Oh well,
but
yeah, you said the problem. Was
they
fixed.
said the
Okay.
problem was fixed.
All right.
So like I said, in conclusion on that particular issue, it was like basically I see it the way I see it, you see it the way you see it. I apologize for some of the fuck shit I said and did, because he did a lot of fuck shit as like them being his friends that he shouldn't do,
Mm-hmm.
and them being people he shouldn't do, but especially them being his friends he shouldn't do.
Right.
He did a lot of fuck shit. He did apologize for that.
Right.
After that,
Right. All right. All right. Before you go to the
Go
next
ahead.
part, well, I have one more question, because it's like, is it really you see it this way and I see it this way? When we see it this way, then we show an accountant, and the accountant see it this way, then we show your accountant see it this way. Is it really that we see it this way and you see it this way?
so for example, right, if you ask, let's say I'm paying you percentage based per this pod.
Right.
I have an accounting for the whole network.
Right.
You have your own accounting.
Right.
You ask me for the books. You
Mhm.
need to see the accounting.
That's
I
true.
send you over an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
You are not satisfied with that
Right.
as the accounting. I'm giving you the numbers. It's not the actual numbers.
Right.
It's in the way you're being given the numbers that you're not satisfied with. I say, how else do you want it?
Oh.
How else do you want it? Like, do you want the receipts
Okay.
of shit? How else do you want
I
it?
thought he wasn't satisfied with the numbers. I thought the numbers was off.
The
What you
num
got
it's
for
not
it?
that the numbers is off, it's that because of how it's being received, we don't know if the numbers is off.
Oh, well then yeah, that's
But how else do I get it to you? If I'm to send you something,
right.
right, that has numbers on it, how do you want it?
I
The
wouldn't-
best way, I got somebody got to type it up.
That's the best way. The way that he did it was the best way, or was that just a quick way?
Maurice,
Right,
can't think
don't.
of another way to do it.
Okay.
I can't think of another way. And what I feel like he, as in Rory, dropped the ball on is when he was trying to explain that point, he did not give the solutions. He didn't say, "Give it to me like this."
Receipts or
Right. Whatever it is that he thinks he
thought
should
about it.
see,
Right.
he not
He
seeing
didn't
it.
say it, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in this company who does the accounting, that's how they talk to each other.
Right.
Is through the Excel spreadsheets. I don't know, but Rory is correct. You can just put any number in there,
You can. Right.
but you can put any number on any document.
Right.
So unless you want to go there and count up with them, I don't know what more you want.
Well, that's what I wanna
Again,
do.
unless it's receipts, you want to see the receipts. I don't know.
I mean,
That's me.
If it was me, that is what I would want to see. I would either want to see the receipts or do what you just said. I would want to go there and watch you motherfuckers count it up, because it's like that's the only way I can really I don't.
So then, at what point do you trust that you're being given the correct information?
Once I see the process,
Okay.
like fully, and I see what I'm supposed to get from it, then it's like, as long as my numbers is matching this,
But the process may take months to go through, like to actually do it,
count the money.
because it's not just counting the money. It's where the money has to go, what has to be paid for, this thing, where the money's coming
But
from.
does that take? That doesn't take months to show somebody.
No, not to show you,
Yeah, no, that's
but
what
you
I'm
saying
saying.
to go through it.
No, I'm saying
To-
as far,
to
I'm
do
talking
it.
about as far as the process, the day. Like you gotta show me,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, go there, count the money up, and then show me where this is being shipped off to. That.
But
that,
what's the? But then I would say is if you let's say I work at the company,
right,
right? Let's say I work at the accounting firm.
right,
You come up to the accounting firm and you talk to the receptionist and you like, hey, I'm Rory, I work for the Joe Budden podcast, boo boo boo. We're supposed to see this, boo boo boo. And she says, okay, we're gonna bring you into this room. They come and get me, and I'm like, I can show you this thing right here. It's gonna be Microsoft Excel. That's where everything is counted up at.
But then it becomes the question. So that. Yeah, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's that's how you like when you use Microsoft Excel. It's accounting. Like it's
Right, but
for
no, so
accounting.
So
Like,
if that's the only way that they're that money is being transferred and being seen in that company, then okay. But I feel like that's not the only way that money is being seen and being transferred, because then they wouldn't be complaining about it.
right.
Like that's just what I think. I feel like it got to be another option, or they wouldn't be saying nothing about it.
Let's say I don't know then.
Yeah, 'cause
I
I'm
can say I don't. I can say I don't know.
I know. I'm just saying. I just feel
Right.
like that though.
But-
Because it's like
but-
if you going to McDonald's
Right.
and expecting a Big Mac, you're not gonna go there and be mad that they don't got Big Beautifuls. Because it's like
Right.
all you have is Big Mac. Why would I come here thinking that it's something different when all I've ever been seeing and getting is this, or that I've known is this? You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. Because
I don't know.
I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. I don't think the average bear would do it. I don't think the bear would go to the river looking for birds.
I think I think the way this particular company probably does their business
Right.
is this way. Right? I think the way they do their business is this way.
Maybe with the employees.
And I think for him in particular, Rory in particular,
Mhm.
when he worked in these other companies,
Right.
he was actually working there. So you're more privy to more information when you work at a place
Yeah.
versus when you are on a, you know what I'm saying, subsidiary.
Right.
Basically, they work for you, or basically work for your boss, or
you know, your partner
Or
or whatever it is.
Sorry.
Sure.
Sarah said you forget that he has a history of cheating people out of their money.
Joe, right?
So yes. So he has created mistrust.
But this the thing though. This the thing though, and this is why I don't like that, right?
And then but then again, it's probably not even him cheating people out of his money. It's just him probably not knowing.
This
And it's like
this my thing about that, and this why, because what you about to say is possible,
Right.
but this what I don't like is Tahara is. You said Tahara said that.
yeah.
A person, I won't even make it about Tahara per se, but a person will say that with no knowledge of what Joe Budden's past is. Like they say he has a past of cheating people out of money. Who do you know? Because the two people who has said something about that
Right.
are both people who have said he made right.
He made right.
He made right.
That don't
But it
mean
wasn't
he
it wasn't that they got cheated. They didn't get paid.
What's that?
Meaning okay. So I guess I might be stuck on the word cheating. For example,
You
right?
don't get paid from your job. That's
If you do
still cheating on money.
if I'm a rapper, right?
Right.
And you a producer.
And I write a
Because
song.
these were two producers
Right.
that I'm thinking of. If you're a producer and you call me up, yo, slide through, I got a beat for
I
you.
got X, Y, and Z.
I got X1, I got a beat for you.
Right.
Slide through. I come through, I like the beat, I rap over the beat or whatever. It go on.
Before you do that, you gotta say how much you got for the beat, right? You gotta say how much you're willing to pay for the
Not
beat.
necessarily depending on, like, see the thing it depends. Sometimes when you sign,
Right.
that bill would go to the label.
Right. But I still gotta tell you how much the bill is.
Not necessarily. That bill goes to the label,
Okay.
right? If depending on who you are and where you're signed at.
Right.
If you are not, a lot of times people do some shit on the arm. We two niggas, we coming through, shake hands with a woo woo woo. We just kicking
But
it.
then if we thinking like that, then I'm expecting
A
something.
lot of people do not go in with a contract and
But no.
what's this cost
But
and
if
what's
that's
this.
the case, I'm expecting something from these residuals.
Of course, you're going to expect to get paid,
Yeah.
but you might not speak on getting paid while in the session.
Because it should be almost an unspoken agreement. Like if we not signing a contract, I feel like if this song ever blows up, I'm producing and I'm doing the beats and shit, you putting the lyrics on it, it should be 50-50 down the middle. That's almost like a given. Because I'm putting in the same amount of work as you put in.
So now, right? Keep that thought. Now, when the song does not do well,
Right?
it does nothing, right? Or in one other case, it just ends up on an album that, don't really do too much.
Right.
You still worked.
Yeah.
You still want to get paid as the producer.
I mean,
But I can't give you nothing I ain't got.
But that's what I'm saying. As a producer, you know that what's generating money and what's not. I feel like you're not gonna ask for something that ain't generating no money. I mean, there's some assholes out there, but I feel like for the most part, ain't nobody gonna. If you and a person come out with a song and you know it's not popping, it's like it's been out and it's not getting real spins on the radio. It's like, why I'm gonna keep.
Remember when Kanye West used to tell that story about Hov, when he would tell a story of one of the first times he came up to do songs for the Blueprint One,
Right.
and he had was it Blueprint One? It was before one of them albums. I want to say it was the collab album, maybe Dynasty album. He said one of the songs he did, he wanted Jay-Z to rap like he wanted it to be a single.
The collab with Kanye?
No. The Dynasty
Okay.
collab album. Remember
Alright.
the Dynasty?
Okay.
It was one of the first times they met,
Okay.
right? And he used to always tell the story. He used to tell the story about how he wanted what he wanted when he made the beat. What he had in his head was Jay was gonna get on this drum and he was gonna spit bars, give you a crazy hook, and it was gonna go platinum.
Right.
Right? That's what he wanted. Jay-Z came in and gave him a bunch of emotional shit. In the session as he's rapping, this not a single.
Right.
This is going on the album, which means even if you're getting paid, you're not getting that much.
Right. Or you're not
That's
getting
just the
it
way. Right. That's just the way it go. Right. That's what the artist did. Now, if you are the producer, You make a beat. You like, yo, who could murk this drum? You call up your man. He come through. In your head, you want a single, right? But he come through and he get in the booth and rap what he rap. And then it get put out and it do what it do.
Right.
Regardless of what it does, you might not want $1 billion, but you want to get paid for your labor. You still made that beat that you can't now give to somebody else.
Got you.
You still made that beat. You called your man up.
And it's not
He
really-
rapped on it.
Yeah.
It's done. That's his beat now.
Right.
Because he's using it.
Right.
He's keeping it. Right? Some people will rap on the drone or whatever, but they don't pay you, and then it's a whole thing, and then you could give it to somebody else.
Right.
That whole thing. But y'all discussed, this is going on my album. I'm keeping this.
Right.
So when I get my little bread, when this blow up, when this do well, you getting what you getting.
Mm-hmm.
When that doesn't happen, now you walking around with the stuck face,
Right.
like my man did me dirty. I just didn't get paid.
But I feel like with that, if you expecting, like you said, you expecting a single, I feel like that's something you should express. And it's like, if he get in the booth and he starts spitting some sad shit, it's like, oh.
But that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that he didn't get cheated out of money. He just didn't get paid. That's what I'm saying.
Alright.
That he didn't get cheated out of money. Other than that, I'm looking to find where people are saying he cheated people. Like when Rory and Mal said it, they know him.
Right.
So they don't have to. They can say that and then keep it pushing.
Right. Might be some behind the scenes shit we don't know.
Behind the scenes shit we don't know. But when other people say that, I need to know what you know.
Right.
I need to know what you know. What you seen?
Right. You saying don't say it because you heard Rory.
Because you
them
heard
say
Rory
it.
and him say it.
Right. Got you.
Especially at a time when they are highly upset,
Right,
they are
and-
disgruntled,
right.
and they on the podcast saying what they saying.
3 years later, they might be like, yeah, that was all bullshit. Right. Got you.
Could be. Or you'll say, now you can say Joe Budden may have held up money.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Budden may have made decisions that impacted other people that made it so that they didn't get more money. Like, of course, if he had kept his Spotify deal up, everybody was going to keep making money.
Right.
But they left Spotify and he paid everybody more money. Like, remember, like at one point he used to do a show. I know you don't remember. I'm sorry. Joe Budden used to do a show called The Pull Up,
Okay.
where he basically would just interview different artists. This was like maybe last year, 2 years ago, right? When they left Spotify, he stopped doing The Pull Up. Cash App, the company Cash App, was paying him to do the pull up. So instead, he stopped doing the pull up. He brought Cash App over to the pod, and he kept paying everybody. He actually paid them more money. So when they have no money coming in except for Cash App, motherfuckers is looking at they new the new set of contracts, like what the money gonna turn into.
Right.
And motherfuckers like, this is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of bread. Well, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that I don't believe everything Joe says. I don't believe everything Rory and Mal says. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. The real truth is always somewhere in the middle. What's more boring about stuff that happens like this is a lot of shit be misunderstandings. A lot of shit be, you spoke before you thought. You spoke before you thought. You spoke more than you listened. A lot of shit be that. Because when Rory and Mal was talking, they were very simple in what they wanted. They was very concise. They were very reasonable. Joe is always that guy that just yells and screams and all that. That's what makes his podcast interesting. That's what makes people want to see that shit, is because that's what he does. But that's not him. That's him. So he go crazy or whatever. Everybody else is mad concise, mad like reasonable. Hey, this is what we want. This is what happened. This is what we said. This is what we asked for. Woo, woo, woo. right? So, again, like I said, the truth is somewhere in the middle. I personally think it's a lot closer to what Rory and Mal said, because after they said what they said, he apologized. I think it's closer to there, or whatever. So that happened, and then maybe 2 days later, 3 days later, another co-host, a former co-host on another show that's on his network, came out with what's the right word? Because it's not sexual assault or sexual misconduct allegations. He was based sexual harassment allegations, and she did a video, and she went through point by point. She had receipts. She had motherfucking, because apparently the actual sexual harassment happened while they were filming. While they were filming the show she was on. And she had her name is Olivia Dope. Let me say her name. Her name is Olivia Dope. She was on a show. She was on a show that's called See the Thing Is, on a podcast called See the Thing Is. In my opinion, she was my favorite on that show, and then she left, because of this incident. So she came, she was saying that this is what happened. He's talking about how during the show talking about how he want to fuck me, like the stuff that she was saying that she said was cut out of the show. It's like Joe was wild. Not in a. He was wilding in the way of you know how you say he thinks he's joking,
Right.
but you don't do this. This is wildly inappropriate. You do not do this to people.
Inappropriate jokes.
Yeah, like he thinks he's having a good time,
Right.
but everybody. Not only is she uncomfortable, everybody's uncomfortable.
It's like you pressing the envelope, bro.
You drawing is way too much.
Right.
You cannot do. Not only should you not do that because she's a human and a person who deserves respect, but my nigga, you the head of the company.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. What are you doing? That's not how you do it. You don't do none of that shit. None of that shit. Like, I watched everything that happened with her, with the Rory and Mal shit, and I was just like taking notes in my head. Like, of course I would have never done any of this shit, but you know how you just like, bro, let me call Al and just make sure we good. We always good. Like, make sure, bro, I don't want no. We good? We good. Say no more, man. Let you know what's going on. This is what's happening. Keep you abreast. You ain't surprised. None of that. None of that shit. Be a leader.
Yeah, I mean, communication is key.
Communication, be a leader. You know what I'm saying? And he apologized to Olivia Dope. He said that shit was wrong. That shit's fucked up. This woman should have every right to say how she feels out loud.
Does he really feel bad? I just think he's sick.
I think he does. I think he does. On the strength that if I'm to, let's put it like this, right? You can never know what somebody thinks. I don't necessarily think that he's just this monster that's just around being a monster to people. I think Joe has a lot of issues with people skills. I've really tried, and I know it sounds like that might be a little soft,
I'm like, because it's like.
but I think when you get down to the root of the issue, a lot of it comes down to people skills.
But we in today's time where it's like it's not like he don't know about sexual harassment and we haven't
Right.
we had a whole fucking president
Of course.
that was doing shit. So it's like
But again, I think like what he tried to say was in his attempts, because her and him both said they don't know each other very well. When that was going on, he was like, the whole reason I'm here is because I don't know you very well, and I don't want you to feel like you can't come to me. The other two women on the pod, I've known them for years. One of them, we talk every day, all the time. The other one, we talk all the time.
right, which also means you won't take those steps that you took with her.
that's what it should mean. That's how I would see it.
I mean, that's
I would never. First of all, I would never take two steaks with no woman.
But no, that's what.
But-
I mean, that's what he did because he only came at the new girl, right?
That's right. That's the one he was right. So he's Olivia.
Right.
So he's talking to Olivia, saying, "Yo, I'm here. I'm here because I want you to know that it's like it's not on that type of time. Like you can come to me, we can talk. If it's any issue, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
If it's any issue, I'm here for you, or whatever. Underneath all of the goofy, dumb bullshit, that's what he's trying to say. And Joe has always, through years of following Joe, I've said numerous times, me and Pressure talked numerous times about other topics, where it's like if Joe would just say the thing he's trying to say and not try to say all of this other shit, he'd be very understandable. Way more people would understand him and be on his side. Most of his problem when he's just talking to people is he say too much. Shut the fuck up and just say the thing. Say the thing. I feel like this. This thing is this. That's it. Most of it is him trying to not just make you understand, but give you all these weird ass things and examples from way the fuck over all this dumb shit. Shut the fuck up. Say the thing. Because you're not good at that shit. May be entertaining when you getting Spotify the fuck out of here. When you get on your show and you screaming at Spotify for 2 hours and you going into all these different things about whatever it is, that may be entertaining there. But when you're dealing with people directly, short, sweet, concise, respectful, not short, but concise, respectful, focused, and then honestly, it's like of course you can joke with women, of course you can joke with your friends. I think you steer clear of trying to turn on the sexual joke shit. I don't think that's the move. Cause like all that he wanna fuck her shit, again, they cut that out the episode. But even the shit that they left in, like I remember seeing it.
My thing is, you gotta know what's wrong when you cut it out.
Well, obviously it was recorded after. I mean, recorded and cut out after, but it was, they all chose with the cut, with the leave in and with the cut out. They actually let her choose with the leave in and with the cut out. She apparently chose to leave in more shit, but another one of the hosts said, "No, we're gonna cut this out. We're gonna cut this out." So he let the host decide what to leave in and what to cut out. She said what he said, and again I say it's like bro, if this not some if you in fact aren't that type of nigga, why are you doing this?
My whole thing is,
Why the fuck are you doing
like,
this?
you gotta be to feel that comfortable to do that with a person you just fucking meet.
Not just me, but just don't know very well.
You just fucking meet him. You don't know him. You don't know him. If I don't know you, I don't know you. I can't say just because I see you, I know you.
Right.
I fucking know you. Yeah, I'm not gonna be that comfortable with somebody I don't fucking.
To be honest with you, even if you knew him a while,
I'm still not gonna be
it's like, bro, you gotta especially when you are the head of the company. You cannot do that.
Third second. If a chick did not give me the wink, the look, some type of signal that it's okay for me to go down that avenue, I'm not going down that avenue.
Bro, even if she gave it to you and you the head of company,
Right.
I would still say
You right. You
No.
definitely right. You definitely
No.
right. You definitely right.
if you want me to fuck and I want to fuck, you got to do all the work.
Yeah.
If I'm the head of the company,
Yeah, but you gotta,
I'm not doing
everybody
it.
gotta know you on my dick.
Everybody got to know you on my dick.
You gotta be, everybody
Yeah,
gotta know.
you got to sign some paperwork.
Yeah.
You got to sign paperwork
Oh yeah, bro.
because it,
244. Tommy, what's up?
time almost up.
How you feeling?
I'm pine till the wheels fall off. Like no. But yeah, I just, like I said, just honestly, a lot of it was for me, just watching all of it happen, a lot of it was like, yo, all of this is avoidable. all of this is avoidable. It's a big lesson for people in podcasting. Because in my opinion, you should look at this and examine this and take a lesson from this, because it can both things can easily happen. Can easily happen to any motherfucking person who just isn't, like I said, isn't listening, is talking and not thinking. And this is me giving you the ultimate benefit of the doubt. This is me saying that you're not trying to do some evil, that you're not coming out of an evil place. I'm talking about everything.
No, I'm
yeah.
You're not talking about the girl situation, right?
I'm saying if you, I'm just, people, whoever can hear my voice,
Right.
if you are not trying to come from an evil place, take this, all of this, and understand how easily you can destroy something that you worked mad hard to build.
Let me ask you this. Because if you're not trying to hit or get sexual with a girl, are you going to talk or touch sexual topics?
Well,
So it's
sexual
like-
topic, like, I know what you mean. Yeah,
like,
no,
are you-
I'm not rolling in that. I'm not rolling in that way.
So that's what I'm saying.
But that's
Like, that has to-
but I'm damn near paranoid about it.
I feel like that has to be you, for you to be comfortable.
I don't know, because you also got to think he older, and a lot of times them older guys, they think that shit is funny
They think they can say what the fuck they want
because they used to be able to say what the fuck they want. They grew up in a world where motherfuckers said what the fuck they
But
wanted.
he ain't naive, bro. He been
No,
out here
that's
long
true.
enough. He's in every fucking world. He's been in fucking reality TV, podcasting, rap. Bro, you know what's up.
He don't got a lot of defense. He don't got a lot of defense for that shit. Honestly, he don't. It's not a lot of defense for that.
I can't give him the benefit of the doubt just because it wasn't a one. I can see if he said one thing.
Right.
If he said something during the show.
Not only
Because
that,
he kept saying stuff.
not only that, what she said and what everybody else said was, so everybody in the room is laughing. Everybody in the room is having a good time. They went on break, and every single person that was in the room came and asked her, "Hey, you okay? It was a lot. You good?" She kept saying she good. Right? Now, this is not me putting it on her. These are the words that she said.
Right.
That she said that she didn't, that internally she didn't feel like she just, like when people would ask her, she would just immediately say, "I'm good." Like she would just immediately do it.
Like second nature.
Second nature. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I do
But
that.
but now, if I'm joking with you, and the cameras get cut off, everything chill, and I go, "Yo, you good, right? Like we not wilding, is you?" And you tell me you good.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Right.
Now, Joe Rogan and them is saying urban jokes. I ain't gonna say nigga jokes.
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
urban jokes.
They getting into that bag.
Project shit.
Right.
It's like you've been in those situations in the time in home.
Yeah.
Because you trying to get your platform, like this is a major platform, you don't want to fuck this up.
Right.
What you want to do? If they ask you, are you okay?
I know your point.
You can go back.
I receive your point. My counterpoint to that is then it's like, well, you either gonna fuck it up now or if in your mind you doing what quote unquote would be the right thing
Right.
would fuck up that, then that same mind would believe you coming out and saying it later would fuck it up too.
My thing is this.
So
What if you
just
think
do it now.
What if you think because you said y'all break?
Right.
What if you think they gonna come back and break? They gonna stop this shit.
She did think that. She did say, "Yo, we come back from break. He gonna chill." Because he said something to the effect of, "We come back from break. I'm gonna give you a hug to let you clear everything or whatever on camera, just let you know." And apparently, and this is where it got even worse for him. He like started grinding on her or some shit, but she says that she didn't notice until she saw the playback or whatever.
it's too much.
It is too much.
It's too much. If you ask me what I truly believe,
Too many arrows.
it's too many arrows. If you ask me what I truly believe, I think he really did want to fuck her.
Right.
I think he did want to fuck her. I think he didn't. He probably came in with a thought of how she may or may not be,
Right.
and then got there and discovered that she's not like that, but was already wild. You know how like you meet a girl, you kicking it with her and shit, and you like, oh shit, okay, we kicking it on this level. Like I'm saying this, and she popping back, we going back and forth, like we flirting back and forth.
She was flirting back.
No,
So that's what I'm saying.
no.
How do you receive that?
What I'm saying is, you know how that happens.
I don't know how
And
that
you-
happens if I'm not getting flirted back with.
No. You know how when you come into a situation and you're getting flirted back with,
Okay.
right? When that's happening,
Right.
right? And you like, ooh, this is fun. This is woo, 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 whatever, right? It's good money. I think this nigga was already horny, came into the situation wilding.
Right. Drunk.
Probably a little bit of that liquid courage, came in wilding. Now, that type of humor is probably what the other two hosts are used to from him. So they laughing like this, you know, like he always like this. This is what I'm saying. We know him. So we can tell him shut the fuck up, all that. Bitch, shut your motherfucking ass out of here. Cause we niggas on that moment. So if I meet one of Tahara homegirls and the way me and Tahara joke back together, I just use Tahara. Maybe me and Tahara joke back and forth, whatever. I'm kicking it with Tahara. We joke, we talking shit back and forth, and then I start doing that with the other girl, thinking I don't want to have her left out or whatever. And in the moment, it looked like she having a good time, laughing back and forth or whatever. After we stop, it's like, yo, you good, right? Yeah, I'm good. What you talking? I'm chilling. Later on, she tells Tahara that wasn't fun. I don't like that. I don't play like that. I don't know him. Woo woo woo. And it's like, oh shit. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, my bad. I was trying to kick it with you the way I kick it with them. These are all things that I have no idea what was going on in this fucking head. I think these things is possible, but I have no idea.
Back to the topic where I said that has to be him. That has to be who he is on a regular
Like, that's
basis.
how he just normally joked
That
with.
sexual persona,
Right.
whatever he was pushing off, that has to be who Joe Budden is, because, like you said, if the other co-hosts didn't bat an eye when he was
Right.
doing this shit, not saying nothing to him, it's not out of his norm.
True.
The only person that knew that it's uncomfortable to
Is Olivia.
the girl.
Is
Yeah, so
Olivia.
it's-
Right.
I feel like if you're out, if you just tell people how you are, then it becomes you had the option to fuck with this person or not.
Yeah, maybe honestly having a conversation with her beforehand. That's just private between y'all, getting to know this person a little bit. Like, not doing it immediately right on the pod. Right. And then you start with your pod persona or your I'm performing around my friends persona. If you're not coming from this evil place, because it's always possible that's where you left the house at, was this evil place. You know what I'm saying? If I'm giving you all the benefit of the doubt, it's like these things still, bro. So it's like I said, for me, I just looked at it as like, what am I gonna make sure I do different? You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to fucking fight or try to save nobody else's shit, but this is what I give the fuck about. Whatever happens, I'm watching. That's it. This one I'm fucking worried about. Let me make sure. And if every podcaster who sat back and watched that shit happen did not take notes and did not make sure that whoever that they podcasting with, that motherfuckers aren't feeling like at least they feel like things are happening fairly. I don't ever want in the future motherfuckers to feel like they're not being treated fairly, righteously. I want motherfuckers to always feel like this network, this home, you gonna get treated fairly. You know what I'm saying? It is what this is where it's at. That's what I feel. And with that, unless you got something else you want to give to him, you know what I'm saying? I think we did it. Next week we supposed to have it. You ain't cut us off yet, did you? Next week we supposed to have a real big pod. If you was here to see the real big pod, haha, you was wrong. That flyer says the 29th.
Right.
We was all wrong because I thought it was this week too.
Yep, and that mean your asses ain't read the
And
flyer.
that's
either.
your ass ain't read the flyer either. But it's a real big pod. We got a bunch of guests that's supposed to come next week. So that's what we working on. So listen, if you listening, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please share.
Please.
Hit the share button. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that share button.
Right.
I want to keep seeing that number go up. Hit the share button. Hit the share button. And this is me signing off. You know what I'm saying? Reese
Scotia.
signing off. Word of Mouth Podcast.